What is going on, everybody? How are we doing on this fine Thursday evening? My name is Eric, and welcome to Q2C VR Gamer Live. We are a weekly VR talk show that airs live every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, where we go live to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, maybe. Kick. I kicked Kick. No Kick. We're done with Kick. I kicked them out.
I think we're done with
Kick. We've had zero viewers in Kick. Kick is a fake platform. I don't think anybody's there. Go on his Kick. See ya. Bye-bye. No more Kick. But if you cannot catch us live, you can always catch us afterwards on your favorite podcast platform. But before we go any further, let me say hello to my partner from the great Canadian Northwest. We're 121 episodes in, and it is getting so hard, so difficult to come up with new intros for this man every week. But if I don't do it, he keeps threatening to quit. He's the master of the disaster and my personal cuddle buddy, Todd Jackson. What's going on, dude?
Hi, diddly ho diddly. I'm doing fantastic. As long as I'm the little spoon.
Yeah, well, that's debatable. That's debatable. It's getting so hard to come up with these, it's just getting.
I'm gonna have to pull like a compilation video and make just quick fire all the different intros and see what it looks like.
It's so hard. And you know what's funny is I get every once in a while, because I have a tendency to make fun of my Canadian neighbors, and every once in a while, and I make fun of you as a Canadian, and people get on me. They don't like it.
They don't like it.
Like,
I'm nice. I'm Canadian.
But Canadians are supposed to be affable. They're not supposed to say anything mean to anybody.
I don't have to say anything. All my people say it for me.
I know. I think you're calling people. I think you're absolutely calling people and telling them how, like I've besmirched you on air. D, tell him he's a crazy Canadian. Tell him, D.
Dude, no, don't bring me into this bullshit between the two of you, dude. No.
What are you saying? Come on. You tell me all the time. You're like, Mash, the Canadian freaking
la 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 la. No.
It's the best part. We bring Gia on camera because she can't take herself off camera.
Well,
you just go click and go gone.
I guess, yeah.
Bye-bye.
That's funny.
What's up, D? How's your week been?
It's been good.
Yeah, I see. I saw you and Roots and doing a little Palworld today, like everybody else on the planet.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're not playing Palworld, I don't know who you are. Like, I don't want to know you. I don't know. I've never played it. I don't know. Is it good?
I don't understand why you haven't played it yet. It's crazy, man.
I don't know.
I had to make a video like day one because I
got nothing else going on. I got to get into Pal. Come on. I'm lucky I can put a VR headset on it at all. Like, I mean,
we need to take a break, catch some Pokemon.
D, have you played it flat, or are you only playing it VR?
No, I played it flat. I wanted to play it flat for the first time just to get a feel for everything, and then probably the next time I play it, I'll have the headset on.
Yeah, I got you.
You haven't tried it? You haven't
was
tried
playing
it
in
VR with a headset on?
No, Roots played it earlier. He's probably playing it now, streaming.
Nice, good for him. Good for him.
There's even first-person mode, which I wasn't unaware of. Paradise DK sent me a message saying I got to try out first-person mode. I'm going to do this weekend. So
super cool. Super cool. Guys, we have a full house tonight. It's an amazing full house. I'm going to bring in, this guest, not really a guest. He's just a friend who comes in and hangs out every once in a while. We'll bring him in first, say hello. But we do have other guests too. So let's come in and say hello to Matteo311. What's up, dude?
I'm just a friend who comes hanging out sometimes.
Yeah, you're like our buddy.
I need human interaction
like
once in a while, so I'm here.
That's what I don't want to call you a guest anymore. A guest implies that like you're
once a year kind of thing,
or
right?
I'm just a dude hanging out with some other dudes.
Mateo's just like anytime he wants to, he's like, hey, you guys want company? We're like, yeah, come on in anytime. So
whenever I'm awake this late.
I know. We changed. You're like, you guys are doing 9 o'clock again. I mean, that's been a while. We've been doing that.
I'm so old.
I hear you.
Welcome to the club, yeah.
But welcome back in. It's been a little while, and welcome back. And looking forward to talking some PlayStation with you later.
Nah, I'll be.
You're a glutton for punishment. You're too funny.
I chose violence.
I know you messaged us earlier, like, guys, I just put a video out, and you're like, I chose violence. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you got to bring out some of those things. But Matteo, let's get into. We do have some guests tonight, and they're amazing people. I've wanted to have them on for a long time. I completely blame Todd. I've wanted to have them in. Todd's like, no, it's not time. I'm like, what are you talking about, Todd? They're amazing. He's like, no, it's not time, Mash. And I'm like, okay. But I had to overrule him finally because they're super amazing people. We have with us Jdun and JoyReign from Getting Things Done. What is
hey,
up?
Hey, everybody.
Let's go. See, I want the Trial Grey Wolf beat. The don't. That's what I want. We need to work on that. There we go. That's it. That's it.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, hey, you guys send us whatever song you want, and every time you're in chat,
I'll play that button. Yep.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
but guys, we have lots to talk about. But I figured I wanted to bring you in early, bring everybody in because I want to do my roll call, say hello to chat. You guys know all these people. A lot of people are in your communities as well. A little crossover, so I'll say hi to them together if that's okay with you guys, and then we'll get to the
Absolutely.
nitty gritty. All right, all the way up to the top, we have with us Mind Jive is here. He said first. We have Kubo92. Jay Brat is here. Said 30-minute warning. He was here early. Wow.
He was here early.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Nice, Jay.
early.
Q Creator is here, rocking our timestamps as always. We appreciate everything you do, man. You're awesome. Brandon VR is here. Ryan B. Fintatical. Very cool. Fintatical VR. We have Assassin 32. He must be able to be seen now, Todd. Did you?
Yes, I fixed it.
Did you unhide him?
I
One of
did.
our moderators must have hidden him.
He must have said something naughty one day and he got hidden.
What'd you say, Assassin 32? Now I want to know. All right, hide him again until he tells us what
Yeah,
he
don't
said.
say it again. Whatever it is.
Chi-Town D is here, of course, because she's sitting right next to us. Zorkon is here. Michelle B. Let's see. Techno Glitch. Wendy Crook is here. What's up, Wendy? How are you doing? We have a Getting Things Done sighting. Thank you for being in chat.
Of course.
We are Spry Guy. What's up? Happy birthday, Spry. Todd. And a return after being gone for several weeks. Orland Hooper is here. Orland Hooper's Jack, yo. I love it, man. Thank you. Hey, welcome back, Orland. It's been a little while. I know you've been going through some family stuff, so we will say welcome back. Everybody in chat, say Orland Hooper's Jack, yo.
Yeah,
Let's see who else we got. Chatty is here. Chris 9989 Mepper is here, absolutely saying hello to everybody as he always does. Let's see who else we got.
Mepper, side note, has been like uber chatty on Discord lately, and I'm loving it. We had such a good conversation last night. I think there was like I opened up Discord and there was like 250 unread messages in
Oh
general
my
chat.
goodness.
I
Yeah,
love it.
it was going nuts. It was awesome.
I mean, I hate that they're unread, but I love that there's people communicating in it. It's amazing. I love it.
Only unread
Dan,
for me, not everybody.
yeah. Dan Kim is here. Salvador is here. What is up, Salvador? How you doing, man? Ernie Witten is here. Let's see. Brandon VR, I think I said. Obscure Nerd. Andy, what's up, dude? How you doing? Rattlehead 9026. Jeff Rayner is here. Happy first day, XR community. Okay. Let's see. Laszlo 216. Evie Man versus Gas. Bluebell is here. Hair Force One, your favorite name, Todd.
Yep.
Fourth Wall Breaker is here, one of my favorite names. We have a Waylon Fisher is here. That was a great intro. Heck yeah, man. Thank you. Creeper Betty is here. Says happy
Creeper
Friday
Betty.
Eve, VR fan. Yeah. Typical Kiwi, Bacardi B. I don't know if I said already. Paul Fennessy is here. I think I'm
EV
catching
Man
up.
versus Gas, Brandon VR.
I think I'm all caught up. I think that's everybody.
so, yeah.
Salvador, Bacardi B, Blue Bell, Ninja Guy X. Thanks for being here, everybody. It's going to be an amazing show, guys. Let's get into you guys. So, Jdun and JoyReign. Let's start with this. Again, I want to know about you guys, and I want to know about your channel. I want to know about all the things that you guys do. But first off, I want to know about you. Like, tell me a little bit about you individually, each of you, and then tell me a little bit about how you guys came together and came to be the amazing team that you are.
Wow, man.
And then we'll get into some VR stuff after.
Well, first of all, I gotta can I just say we're so excited to be on this podcast. We've been watching for a very, very long time. So
That's
just
awesome.
excited. So I'm sorry we
Honored
can't
to
contain
be
that.
here.
We can't contain that.
Yeah,
but
man, I'm loving it.
Yes, but I'm gonna yield the floor to the gorgeous, amazing, beautiful JoyReign and let her talk a little bit about herself, and then I'll step in afterwards. And
well,
bless the
thank
microphone.
you. Well, hey
Good job.
everybody, I am Chica Duncan, known as JoyReign, and I have been in this space for say about about 3 years or so now. But background to that, I have a bachelor's degree in economics, and it's like, how in the world do you get from economics to XR? But Jdun will explain how we got to that. That's a whole nother story that we're going to get into. And but I always been a gamer girl, always been in love with games, and been the kind of tomboyish type person. I was the one where I was playing games all day, and my mom came in and she's like, "You need to turn this off," and unplugged it, and you couldn't save the game. And I was like, "Oh no,
Don't unplug, just turn it off.
unplug it!" But yeah, I was that girl that was always playing games all the time. So basically, that's me in a nutshell. I'm a singer, songwriter. Me and Jdun met through the music industry per se, and so
Nice.
yeah. That's me in a nutshell.
Oh man, I could listen to her talk all night.
Same.
But let me here we go. So I need
are
to
like the cutest couple in the planet. I just gotta say that.
Listen, we were like this every day when the camera's on, camera's off. It
Every
don't
day,
matter.
yeah. This is us.
I want you to cue the slow music at the age of 2. I'm playing with you. No, man. So
prepared.
So no. So actually, it does start off there because my love. You know what? Yeah,
Not the exact music I think we're looking for.
This is exactly.
Is that how they do it in Canada?
Yeah,
that's it. But no, actually, my journey is pretty crazy because. We talked about kind of before the show, like, hey, we're going to talk about you guys and things like that. But I've been in computers since I was 3 years old. And I always tell this story to people that my mom came home with the IBM, the old pale looking IBM from way back in the 80s. She came there and she was like, "Hey, I need you to, I'm going to set this on the table, but you're going to hook it up." At 3 years old. So from 3 years old on, I've been in front of a computer ever since. She never was a parent that was like, "Oh, this is not going to be good for you." She always felt like there's something about this technology and you and these, two technologies work. But always, I mean, since the day I came out the womb, was excited about video games for some reason. I was that kid that sister was older and, they're playing the game and she hands me the controller that's not hooked into the Nintendo. And so
I was the older sister. Like I would do that to my little sister.
Oh yeah.
So I'm acting like I'm playing, but eventually I got a chance to start playing games, and I fell in love deeply when I got my first Game Boy. That was like, oh my God, the Game Boy is when I really jumped into gaming deeply. But another side of me also is that not only Joy kind of touched on that we've done music, we actually own a record label. So before we even got into XR and VR and any of this technology, originally we were both doing music together. And when we ended up meeting from music, we decided to continue that journey by signing other artists and working with them in the industry that we was in. Now, when you think about that story, like you said, how do you get from the music industry, and kind of being in the background that we were, because we were in the church, we're doing a lot of things like that. How did you get to curve towards VR? And that's when we call that the pandemic.
That happened to a lot of people, man. That was a lot of story.
So during the pandemic, we were at home, and of course we weren't going to church, wasn't traveling, she wasn't touring, she wasn't going to studio sessions, I wasn't recording anybody, shooting videos. So the Quest 2 came out right around October 2020. And I said, you know what? I've been eyeing this technology. I had the Gear VR, the original one, just never could afford PC VR. So right when Oculus was coming to play, and stuff like that, I just never could afford it. But I was like, when they get into a standalone device at a good price, I'm getting it. So I watched that 2020 keynote, and Mark talked about the Quest 2, and I'm like, you know what? I'm getting this thing, launch day, let's go. Right?
Man, the Quest 2 launched a lot of people too. You know that?
Yes,
it really did. I mean, the Quest. I mean, there's been a lot of people that have been in since the beginning, or at least the Quest 1. But seriously, the Quest 2 got so many people into VR.
Listen, man. So look, I get the Quest 2. I get home, I unbox it immediately because I kind of I've already kind of been in virtual reality. I've always been in mobile technology. So as soon as I unbox this thing and I put it on my face and I go do first steps, I rip it off my face. All right, I rip it off my face. I called my wife. Well, we were dating at the time.
We were dating at the time, yeah.
I said, you gotta see this thing.
You gotta put this on your face.
She like, bring
it over right now.
Bring that thing over right now. Okay. All right. That's what she said. All right. So anyway,
bring it over right now and make sure you bring the headset with you.
That's it. That's it, buddy. That's it. So we get over to her house, and she's like, all right, come on, let's go. So she puts it on. She dances. In fact, I'm gonna stop.
Dance with the robot, and it was game over for me. I was like, you know what? I have to have this technology. So the next day, I went and bought my own.
Yeah.
And
damn, that's awesome.
Yes, and it has taken off ever since I always tell people, they ask me where my story began with XR. It
Yeah.
started with a dance, and it was dancing with that robot. And
Oh.
so in first steps.
Can I
And
just say right here, this real, I don't mean to interrupt you guys, but
You're-
this
oh, you're
is what
good.
you guys have is a super special thing. Like
Oh.
there's a lot of people out there that have fantastic marriages, but don't have the gaming in like, especially even VR gaming. Like my wife was kind of
Yeah.
like into gaming a little bit, like, you know, some Nintendo stuff, you know, like, maybe some Wii and maybe some, you know, just basic Nintendo stuff she was into, but not VR. I tried to
Yeah.
get her into it several times. She just doesn't get into it. And it's okay. Not everybody has
Yeah.
to, but it's kind of a
Yeah.
special thing when you can. Like Matteo, your wife isn't like really big into VR. I've
My-
seen her.
my wife
I've
doesn't
seen some
even know what
videos
I
with her
do.
recently of doing some VR, but
Yeah, no, I forced her into for a video, but my wife doesn't even know what I do.
I laugh, but my wife
I watched
she doesn't
this.
like VR at all. Like I've
watched this, I
tried
feel so
every headset.
neglected.
I got a lot of them, and she just doesn't like it. I don't know, not her thing.
Yeah. It's a very, like, you know, acquired thing and whatnot. But I'm very
Yeah.
blessed to be able to do this with Jdun, and our love for each other and our love for VR just kind of mashed together. It's all great. I love
And
it.
so I want to take that part because a lot of people ask us, you know, so okay, still, how did you get from pursuing music to then promoting and pushing VR? So
Yeah.
it's actually I love my wife so much. We, like I said, we were dating at the
Aw.
time. I got inspiration. Like I said, I'm a believer. We was going to church, things like that, and I was praying around something like, where do I go next? Like I'm getting into my, you know, mid-30s. I'm like, okay, what am I doing now? And one night I woke up and I heard in my spirit, getting things done. You know, my last name's
Nice.
Duncan. And so I was like, I told her, I called her, I said, look, I'm going to create a YouTube channel called Getting Things Done. And she was like, okay, I like the name. What's it
Yeah.
about? And I said, you know, to help motivate. I literally had the mission to help motivate you to get things done through faith and relevant technology. And she said, well, what does that all mean? I said, well, I'm going to
Yeah.
talk about my faith. I'm going to talk about music. I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about that. I'm talking about my love for Apple, my love for Google, you know, all these things. I wasn't niching down. And so we started the channel, I think, in April 2021, I want to say.
Mhm.
Wow.
And you know, if you go back to the original videos, they're all motivational. They were like Apple games and things like that was playing on mobile devices. And I got stuck at 80 subscribers, right?
Mhm.
And after begging people, I don't know, you know, all the content creators, I'm talking to you guys,
Hey, yeah.
all the content creators out there who you know the struggle to get to just 100 subscribers on YouTube. Like that's like a hard barrier. So we got stuck at there, and we were there for 3 months. I mean, not one subscriber. I'm on Facebook,
Wow.
Instagram, every time. Hey, can you please subscribe to my channel? I will pay you to subscribe to my
Yeah,
channel, right?
right.
And so they took the money, but they didn't subscribe. But no, I was about to give up, and I almost get teary-eyed every time I tell this story because without joy in my life, you know, you wouldn't have who's sitting before you today. We were already into VR. We were playing it every night. We were you know, Horizon Worlds at that time. Well, we weren't even in that. We were just playing regular VR games, doing VR date nights, but not recording none of it. And I told her, I said, look, I'm about to give this up. I think I'll just go back. I'm in the IT field. I make good money. I'm, you know, whatever. I'm not worried about this making money. I just was trying to do something and it's just not working. She says, because you're not talking about the thing that you care about the most. And I was like, nobody wants to hear me talk about VR. Like, who cares? You know, you got the Mateos. At that time, I'm looking at the people that's out there, the BMF VR, the gamer tags. I'm like, you already got people who are already doing this. And she was like, but they don't have people that look like us as well. And I was like, you know what? You're right. And she was like, so if we don't talk about it, if we don't expose more people to it, then, you know, come on, you're missing the opportunity. So we decided to pivot. And we decided to do the hard thing and niche all the way down, no longer doing variety types of content on the channel. And we only focused on VR. We started doing VR date nights. And of course, the numbers just started going up from there. And I tell everybody all the time, having a good partner, having someone who believes in you enough. When she was my first subscriber on the channel.
I was number one.
I love it.
The first subscriber on the channel. And she told me, you know, we're going to screenshot this because one day we're going to look and it's going to say 1,000. And I'll never forget, you know, within a year, we saw that 1,000 mark. And I came into the room teary-eyed. At this point, we were married. And I was like, you know, I can go back and remember the screenshot of that one subscriber,
Yeah.
you know, and so we're now at 3,200, over 3,200. So we're
Yeah.
super excited about that journey. And yeah, man, it's been crazy ever since.
That's such
And-
a good story. Like
Heck
so
yeah, it is.
humble, right? Like you just don't hear that
Yeah.
kind of passion for each other
Unfairly
and
cute.
for VR and for, you know, giving up everything else to just do it. I love it.
Yeah. Even in the midst of people thinking we're crazy, they don't understand.
Oh, I
They're
hear
like,
that all the
what
time.
are you
Yeah.
doing? What is this? What?
It's such a hard thing. Like, I mean, Matteo, you did it too, because like you had a really good job. Like
Yep.
you were doing something that you did really, really well, and I know you made a good living at what you were doing, and you gave it up because it wasn't something that you really had a passion about.
I mean, I was in IT for 24 years.
Wow.
Just got out just before 25 years. I worked in IT
Yeah.
for that long. 6-figure job. You know, I was doing well, and it was driving me insane. I wasn't passionate about it. I always wanted to work in the IT field. And the only thing that always wanted to work in the gaming field. Only thing that ever held me back was the fact that it's just not stable and it's scary. And I wanted to, you know, be able to raise a family and not worry. But we got to a point where we are stable enough for sure.
Wow.
And I don't have to worry about it. And I just love what I'm doing. I enjoy this so much now.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
That's
Love
incredible.
that.
Yeah, come on, man.
Love
Heck
that.
yeah! I just gotta convince Todd to do it now. Like we're
I know, and it's funny because I'm also in IT. I've been in IT for 27 years, and I'm not giving it up.
Yeah, I remember when I made the decision. It was Jasmine from VR with Jasmine had just done the same thing. She just quit her job at Meta.
Mhm.
She was working at Meta. She worked on the Pro, worked on the eye tracking, the
Did.
face tracking for Pro, and she's like, I just want to do gaming. She's like, this is great. I'm an engineer by trade, but I don't enjoy it. Like I'm not
Yeah.
passionate about it. And she's like, I'm doing it. I'm quitting. And I'm like, what? That's so ballsy, man. I want to be like
know,
that.
right?
Like to make that jump and like to give up a
Crazy.
great job and to do something you really want to do. And I said, did the same thing. I'm like, screw it. I said, you know, and Jdun, you're 100% right. You need a partner. And I'm talking about you, Todd. I'm talking about my wife. You need a partner who can basically back you, because I don't think I could have done that. Like I went to her and I'm like, can I do this? And she's like, absolutely. You know, we took some chances earlier in our lives where I kind of put some things aside to do what I thought was really good for her and her career and what she wanted to do. And I was all for that back then. And she's like, let's do it. She's like,
It's
I'm
your turn. Yeah.
set to where I am now. Let's go
Yeah.
let's go for it and do it. You know, and you can't do it like a Matteo. I'm sure you had to do the same thing. I mean, your wife must have been like,
My wife was super supportive. That's one thing I will say. She was super supportive. It also helps the fact that I was, you know, like an anxious person my whole life and always squirreled away money and always had investments and always, you know, like was frugal in certain ways. So like that helped. You know, I had a little nest egg to sit on. So like worst comes to worst, you know, okay, I wasted a year. I'll go back to work. But no one's hurt here. But no, we were talking to financial advisors for years, and she was like, "Just do it, just do it." And I was like, "No, you're crazy. I can't." Like, I felt like a bad person. I felt irresponsible walking away from like a good, well-paying job. But now I'm actually a happy person. So,
isn't it funny
Look
when
at
you're
that.
telling like other family
That's good.
members, like you're telling people what you do, or and they're
oh
like,
my
you do
God,
what?
yeah.
You're
What?
what? Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
With
indeed.
my story, it's very much similar to yours, but I started my own business about 15 years ago. And because of that, I've automated a ton of my job, which gives me the time to do this and YouTube and video game reviews and stuff. So I don't really have a 9 to 5 per se, other than Impact, because Favor drives me to work as much as I possibly can. So it's cool to see people who have just taken that leap. Like I don't know if I could do it. Like
So
like
you know,
my wife makes good money. Like we have no. It's not that. It's I just don't know if I could give up 30 years of my life
Yeah,
to
it's
start
tough.
something completely new. Like that's to me that's just it's very mesmerizing. I just love that you guys have done this. It's very cool.
So
Very
I
cool
want
story.
to, and I definitely want to touch on that because it's something powerful about the way it kind of happened for us. Joy, I hope you allow me just to kind of to share this a little bit.
Yeah.
When we first got married, you know, I was no plan to leave a job. She had a good job. I have a good job. The channel's starting to have some growth, but not anywhere to where it was making any money and things like that. So we were like, hey, we're just gonna keep this going. I had just bought a new car. We had just got married. You know, we talking about a month in, right? And then she gets a call that we gotta let you go.
Oh,
now I want to go back a little bit because right before we got married, I was watching a video by a YouTuber called Ruslan, and he was talking about, you know, just some truths and some biblical truths that he was sitting on and saying, you know, if you really want to be a man in your household, you want to try to make it to where maybe your wife doesn't have to work. You know, if you really want to go after that, it's possible. And so I was like, you know, I told Joy, I said, you know, I want to make it to where you don't have to go to work anymore. And she was like, so yeah, I said, give me a year and I'm gonna make it happen. Just watch it happen, right? And so literally, unfortunately, the way it worked, that happened. And I said, you know what? Don't look for a job. And she was like, what do you mean? I said, I'm gonna continue to work the job I had. I had just took on a new position at a church as well. So I was like, you know, we're gonna use all of this income. We're gonna continue to push the channel. So I literally have 4 jobs to begin to try to make it to where I was able to get her off the job. She has not had to go to work. And when I say she doesn't go to work, she's the CEO of our media company. So
that's
our company
itself.
our company is actually making enough money for what she doesn't. She's now making the same money she was making when she was employed. And then on the flip side of that, now we're working to get me out of the job, you know? So it's like, we drop content, you know, people see us drop content all the time, but people don't realize I'm doing that still, the 9 to 5, still other positions that I'm holding. So you got to have a passion, you got to have a plan, and you got to sit on that promise that it's going to all work together for you. So we're really blessed, man, and we're thankful to be able to do this together for sure.
Yeah, and it's not like you quit your job and the work ends. Like
no.
Like I mean, Matteo, you know, Todd, me, you guys, anybody who has ever gotten, you know, whenever you leave that other job, this is like I work harder now than I have ever in my entire life. So
because you care about it. Like you'll work
it
harder.
doesn't
when
feel
you
like
can.
work though, right?
Right.
Like my wife
It
always
does.
like, she's like, you've been downstairs for like 14 hours. I'm like, yeah, but I'm having fun.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah, it can be tough to still. What I have a tough time with is turning it off. Like, and that's the biggest thing for me. Like, because you do care about it and because it is important to you. Like a job, a lot of times is 9 to 5, and you know if you're working for somebody else, you're done. You're done. You go home, you turn everything off, and you can just decompress. And you know, with these jobs and what we're doing in YouTube or you know any platform that you're creating content with, it can consume you. You're thinking if you're not editing or making a video, you're thinking about what you're going to edit and make a video. You're thinking about this, or you're playing a game. Even when sometimes you're playing a game, it's not something you can even enjoy because you're doing it as a job or a work. So it is different. It's a different type of thing, and I think it does have to come with passion. And it is, maybe it doesn't feel like work all the time, but man, it is a lot of work.
Absolutely.
Cool. Tell us a little bit about. I want to know about getting things done, and definitely Joy, your morning show, and then the Get Them to the Metaverse show. So you guys do a lot like of what we do, which is podcasting, which is, podcasting is like, people think it's an easy thing. You can just jump in, you can just sit down there, you can talk about anything, but it's not editing video, which is, a monster of a work in its own, but podcasting can be exhausting. So you guys do 2 of them.
Yeah. And be adding more soon, believe it or not.
Yeah, really? Nice.
Yeah.
But got an announcement to make for people?
Yeah, we got an announcement. We're not ready to make it today. I think we're gonna make it next week. But it's gonna be really cool. I'm really excited about it. And then we'll have maybe another announcement the following month. So we're really, really excited about it. We are big into that talk radio style. I actually used to work at a radio station, so don't like dead air. We love to just have conversations around, and this is the thing, we want to expose as many people. That's what Getting Things Done was all about. exposing as many people to the magic of the metaverse, to the magic of XR and VR. So, but I'll let Joy talk first about Joy in the Morning, because Joy in the Morning,
what a great name for
it truly is an incredible thing and how it came to be.
Joy, let me tell you, let me just ask you a question. Do you smile like this all the time? Like I can't Jdun, I want to see her like yell at you. I want to see her like having to yell at you, like pick up your socks off the floor. Come on, like it's gotta happen.
The way she does it is like this.
Smile?
She looks like this. She says, "Pick up the socks off the floor, babe." I'm like, "Okay, I got you, honey."
Got you.
Like we really be like that.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I love it.
He makes me smile. So, but the way that Joy in the Morning came about is that we're big people in Horizon Worlds, and at the beginning, before I built a world or anything, I was what is considered a world hopper. Is somebody who goes to different experiences and enjoy other people's worlds. And I love to talk. I love to communicate with different people. And so what happened was I got to learn a lot of people's backstories and hear that they had stories per se. And it all came to like in head where I'm hearing all these different stories, and it all came to that people either were going through something, has been through something, or really want to express themselves and didn't have an outlet to say what they've gone through. And so one morning at 4:00 in the morning, I Jdun and was like, I have this vision. I have to build this world to
can I reenact what I was doing at 4 a.m. When she smacked me? So go ahead and say, babe,
I have this vision. I have this vision. I have to go and build this.
What?
Somehow. Yeah. Okay.
Is the house on fire?
So he was like, go ahead and build it. So I got into my headset and I started building and crafting Joy in the Morning. And it's all about a place that helps people become more joyful, optimistic, and yearning for positivity. And so the premise of the world is that you load into this world and it's dark, it's raining. You see these sayings on the walls that say, you don't know what I've been through. Will they accept me? Am I acceptable? Like things like that, all these negative things that we have running through our minds. And then you have 3 tunnels in front of you. And above the tunnels, it says, it's always darkest before dawn. And so when you go through any one of these tunnels, you come out on the other side and you're in the Joy in the Morning set where it's bright, it's sunny, it's just incredible. And that is a metaphor of showing that, whatever we're going through, whatever in our lives that we're dealing with, as long as we keep going on the other side, you'll make that breakthrough. You'll get that, sunny revelation of whatever it was, it's not as bad as it could have been. And so there in Joy in the Morning, we talk about all types of different subjects that actually help people in and out of the headset. Like one of the more impactful ones was the imposter syndrome. We talked about that. We talked about
everybody goes through that.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, we talked about childhood traumas and overcoming those and how it's affecting our everyday lives right now. And the good thing about Joy in the Morning is that it's not I'm talking to people or my guests talking to people, but the audience gets to interact and share how they have experienced whatever topic that we're talking about. And we all just kind of like, we laugh, we cry. It's like a big therapy session. We laugh, we cry. It's just incredible. And then after the show is over with, we go to this thing called our exit lobby where we read the Joy in the Morning affirmations, where we'll leave out on a good note. And some of the affirmations are, I am loved, I am good enough. Even if I fail, I won't let it stop me. Breathe, I'll figure it out. I accept me for me, and no one else's opinion of me matters. And I will experience happiness, love, and joy today. Yes.
And then everybody like goes crazy.
He's been there the entire time. So yes, and so Joy in the Morning has been so impactful in the Horizon Worlds community. We have been recognized by Meta. We've been spotlighted by Meta Reality Worlds. We got to talk about it on NBC and the Today Show and stuff. And it's just been incredible. So, and we're going on season 4. So I'm excited about it.
So cool. I love it, man. It's inspirational. Places where people can go to feel better about themselves. It's such
Yeah.
a big thing. You know what I mean? And it's so many, and the joy. I'll say the joy that you bring to people, and doing that is
That's it.
something special. It's something
Yeah.
special, and I love that you're doing it inside. It with all your heart. Like you're putting everything that you have into it.
Oh,
It's something
yes.
special, and when people have gone through those things, they can see those things. Like you said, you've been through things in your life, and how it is to move through those things, or how people can feel kind of
Yeah.
stuck, right? And not knowing how to get through those things. So for you to help them go through that, that's something super special.
I just
I will
dropped some
say
links
these
in
two
chat
are
to
infectious.
the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you.
No, I was just saying these two are infectious in a
know.
good way. I haven't smiled this long this much in a long time. It's
Aw,
crazy.
thank you.
Hey man,
Yeah.
thank you so much, man. What's crazy about this whole entire situation is I get a chance to be in that world with her, and I'm her cameraman. We have a theme song, so you guys got to come. It's got a theme song that plays. She's
I
singing.
love it.
I'm in.
She's
yeah.
singing. I'm rapping on it. Is really amazing. The lights go off. It's really
The whole
cool.
light
It's-
show
when she comes out, confetti goes out. All the little speakers. So it's really amazing to see. And then when you hearing all these people in the world saying these affirmations at the end and having conversation, it's a magical thing, So we have that show, and then of course you asked about Get Them to the Metaverse, and Get Them to the Metaverse is amazing because the mission is to help to make the extraordinary metaverse an ordinary part of life. We saw a gap in podcasting. We are very proud to be a part of the XR VR family, but we noticed there was a gap there that we didn't see a lot of people that look like us, people of color, and so we was like, you know what? We need to get out here and show not just through, excuse me, not just through our YouTube channel, but through the podcast as well, that there's all kind of amazing people out here doing stuff in XR and VR, and we want to shine a light on that. So we took some time to create that, and it's been amazing. The response, the last interview we did, one of the last interviews we did, we actually got to interview Marie Kyle from Oculus Studios that worked on Asgard's Wrath.
Yeah.
So
if I would have known that we were wearing our Asgard's Wrath,
No,
paraphrase,
yeah,
I
Mateo,
love
there
that.
you go.
I love it.
There he goes.
Mateo's
You would have had
representing.
it on. Yeah.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meta pays me every time I wear it.
That's it, buddy. That's it, buddy.
Oh,
everyone's
man.
wondering that. I get paid every time. That
I
point.
love it.
Just like
So-
dollar signs going off in his eyes.
That's it, man.
The guys,
Yeah.
the interaction between the two of you, I know, Joy's show in the morning is amazing, but the interaction between you when you're doing the podcast together is just, it has a completely different feel to it, but it still has that like super positive feel to it. Like, I mean, you guys play off each other so well back and forth. I mean, it's done, just super well. I love it.
Well, it was very intentional. This is not a joke for us. It's not a game. We're not putting on a face. I think the reason why a lot of times we hear that, Mateo, a lot. People say, y'all are infectious. This is us on camera.
And off.
It doesn't matter. We always used to tell people when they would ask us in Horizon Worlds or VR chat, they'll see us and like, man, you guys got this energy to you. It's like, yeah, we dance like this outside of the headset. We laugh like this outside of the headset. So of course, when we're in the headset and we're in worlds with people, you're gonna see us holding hands. You're gonna see us like, I'm gonna smack on the backside every once in a while. It's mine. Just being,
I love it.
Being connected, being in love. And we wanted to also show that a husband and wife duo in the metaverse, in VR, in XR is possible. And so many people come to us and say, well, I would love to get my wife involved. I would love to get my husband involved. And we try our best to do VR date nights with them. So
double dates.
We do.
Love it.
We do VR date nights with folks. We got a chance to go out with Alex and his wife, lovely wife Brittany, a few times, and just having a good time and connecting with folks offline. So, Mateo, we know that you into Dungeons and Dragons. We are into that type of stuff as well. So we can get with you and your wife, man. Hopefully, and
Dungeons and Dragons might be a stretch, but date night, I'm down. We went out with Alex and his wife too in real life. So
awesome.
We're down for this.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then you guys did a double date with Todd and Skiva when you played pickleball.
Racket Club. Okay,
Yeah,
so can we set the stage for this, because me and Joy really be playing that game. We really competitive.
We are into
Racket Club. Like we are in there. So we were playing it, and then I was like, you know what? She's like, I want to go to the club. Now we were not thinking, we didn't pay attention to who was in there or whatever.
No.
We get in there, we see Skiva and Ty over there just going in, and we're talking to them, but they can't see us. They're like,
realities, and they were just behind the
they were treating us like they didn't know us, and they're like, who are
so
these
we were
people,
like,
man?
there's some people laughing at us.
Yeah. And so they came out and they was like, whoa, you know. And Eric was over there in edit mode doing something. It was really crazy. But we got a chance to play him, man. That was so much fun.
Oh my God, we had so much fun making love to that pickleball.
Yes.
I don't even want to know what that means.
I still have so much footage. I need to make a video with that.
Yes.
So much.
The trick shots that night was insane.
It was
me, Todd, and Skiva were in there just recording because we were doing something for Racket Club, and Skiva came in because we needed another perspective from a headset. So he was basically in spectator mode, just kind of spectating me and Todd playing, which was awesome. So I was basically out of the headset, but they wanted to keep playing. So I wasn't out of the headset. I was in the headset editing, which was cool. And I was just watching them play in my headset, talking to everybody, and you guys came in and you're like, it's our anniversary, and I'm like,
it was
our wedding anniversary, and
you guys played doubles.
Yeah, we're in VR on our anniversary, so there's like it's so deep into us, and it goes back to the podcast. Like that's what you're seeing. We are talking about this stuff when we go to lunch breaks. We're probably having the same conversations you guys are. Like the new games is coming out. Oh my God, did you see that tweet from this developer? Oh my God, you know. And let's not even get started about the Apple Vision Pro.
Oh no,
because
we're going to talk about it in a minute. Actually, I want to get your take on it. I want to get I want to get Mateo's take on it, because I got lots to say about the Apple Vision Pro, but I want to finish with you guys first and kind of get through everything.
Absolutely.
What you were saying a little bit before about, people like you not being as represented, like people of color, there just aren't. I mean, and what do you think? What do you think it is? Like it's a very odd thing to me, because this should be a platform more than any that should be open to everybody. Like everybody. Do you think it's I don't even know. Like what do you think it is?
Joy?
Well, I truly think that representation is everything. I had from one of my experiences is that I saw a little girl. I was interacting with her, and she was in an Caucasian avatar, and I was in my throwed out avatar, and she was like, "Thank you," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "I'm an African American female dressed as a Caucasian female because I don't feel comfortable, because I don't see someone like me." And she was crying to me, and I'm getting teared up about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you can be yourself. You don't have to feel as though you have to be somebody else in order to fit in. And she was like, I am going to take that with me. And she made her avatar right there.
Nice.
While I was there. And I was like, you can be yourself. You are supposed to be in this space. Just because you don't see anybody that looks like you doesn't mean that you can't stand out. And the reason being is that she didn't want to stand out because she didn't want to feel excluded or different, because she didn't feel as though she was going to be accepted. And so ever since then, I've been going super, super hard. Me and Jdun has been going super, super hard to let people know you are welcome in this space. You can be in this space. You can contribute to the conversation, even though it may be just a little bit different, or you may not say it like someone else would say it. You still can be in this space. So a lot of people don't ever get to hear it from that perspective. And so for us to be able to share those different perspectives is everything.
And the other side of that is, think about when you go into a video game. I want you guys to take a journey with me with this, because this is where the only time I'll ever be serious. When you play a video game, a lot of times you don't have to worry about the skin color of tone that you will be represented.
Right.
In VR, when we first started off, a lot of avatars did not have our skin tone.
Right.
That's a problem. So when you don't feel, we were just in the platform the other day, and
oh my God,
And literally, the way black avatars or people of color avatars look compared to our lighter skin family, it was almost like like you looking at, and I'm not joking. Looks like
it looks like a
monstrosity.
monster, and also too looks so mean. And I told the person in that place, I was like, I tried to create my avatar, and I do not look like this. I do not feel as though my personality can come shining through because of the way that I look. And I felt self-conscious as a grown woman, knowing that my avatar looked like this, you know? And so I could only imagine what children feel like, you know?
So we've taken it upon ourselves to work with nonprofits like Thurgood Marshall College Fund, different nonprofits and things like that we want to expose more of our people. And like I said, we're in no way, shape, or form only about people of color, No, we're about XR for all, like everybody. And so we've been exposing young teens, we've been exposing college students. We're trying our best to work with from our state to try to get more people associated with it. But even us, y'all, and this is something I got to be real with, even us, even people who you see us, you're like, wow, these people really love VR. We go to a convention center. I'm not going to say which one it was. We go to a convention. They're giving out freebies at their booth for every single person that comes that doesn't have this skin tone. And then we go to the booth. We go to the same booth that we're told to go to. And they completely acted as if we were foreign, like, oh, what are you here for? And we was like, well, we were getting
what
the
are
same.
Your credentials?
What are your credentials? Who are you? Can we? How many subscribers do you like? All this, and I mean, what's not? We watched people come to them, and they didn't ask any of those questions. And those are the types of things. Imagine flying out somewhere on your own dime to be in a convention, trying to be there to support other people in XR, etc. And then you literally get discriminated against. That's what me and Joy deal with
in 2023, 2024.
It's insane to me.
It's like, what?
It's insane to me.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I mean, the I don't know. It's just such an odd thing to me that anybody would even think that way. I don't know, but again, there's different people around. You just don't know with people but for me, I'm just like, how could this even be possible in today's day and age? How is this still happening? Like, it just it boggles my mind of like how we're there. Not the same feeling you got, I believe, when we saw you guys at Connect. That seemed like a completely different.
So, what's funny about that? What's amazing about Connect is that we had so many people of color like see us and like chase us down, like, yo, I'm so happy, which lets you know there's a problem because they're saying, I'm so happy to see someone that looks like me here. And, and once again, it's never about that. It's, we're going to hang out with you guys. We want to be at the parties. We want to just be a part of the story.
Absolutely.
We don't want skin color, Martin Luther King. We don't want skin color to be a part of the conversation. Let my character speak for myself.
Absolutely.
Let the way I, my energy, like Matteo was talking about our vibe, our energy. Let that speak for me, not my skin tone. But unfortunately, we still have to battle those things. And then we're in the South. We're in Louisiana, so it's every day I step out of my house, believe it or not, even as nice as I seem and sweet and humble, I could be killed on the street corner because my light was out in my car from a policeman. That's what I deal with every time I leave the house. And it's not a joke because it's happened before in the neighborhood right next to me. So those are the types of things that we have to deal with. And we're going to continue to fight, y'all. We're going to continue to expose this technology to as many people. Being on podcasts like this gives us an opportunity to also shine a light on our story. And hopefully someone watches this.
Other things, the outside situations, bring down our light. We just let it shine even more. And so if we would have never even said any of the little things that we've been through, you would have never known because we don't carry that on our shoulders. We just know that there's more work to do.
At that same convention, we just kept going. Like, we're like, okay, we move on to the next booth. Like, we had to just shake it off and keep going.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's the persevering through these things, taking your platform, making a difference, making a change. I think in a positive way, doing it with the attitude that you have. There are a lot of people that would do it differently. Do it differently with malice and with hate, and you don't. you do it the opposite way. You do
Absolutely.
it with a positive attitude and enjoying.
And I think
passion what you
ultimately
do.
that's going to make the bigger change, right? So
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah.
good job.
You guys got me teary-eyed over
Seriously,
here.
bless you guys.
I'm
all you
looking
do,
at him
man.
and say I'm watching him, and I can just see the
Oh,
fumes coming out of his ears.
Yeah.
Like,
between,
I can tell
between
you're
the
pissed
story
off,
with the
dude.
kid, between the story with the kid and the
Yeah.
nonsense that you guys have to deal with.
Yeah.
One, I'm sad
going
and I'm
on?
angry. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have a few black family members, but I have no clue. Like,
Yeah.
what you guys have had to face and what you through. Only through stories like this do I have any inkling. But
Yeah.
like, I've seen things like you said, getting pulled over and watching someone white knuckle the steering wheel because they're nervous,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is nothing I ever had to go through.
Can I share one thing real quick? The MLK now is the time Oculus app. You can get it on the MetaQuest store.
Yeah.
It is a phenomenal experience.
Yes.
That literally I had to rip the headset off of me because there was a police scene in there that was very intense, and I've dealt with this before in real life. So I always tell people, if you want to know what it's like to be me, I would say go into the experience and just go through the game that it has, and it'll show you these things where you have to keep your hands still, and this policeman's putting his light in your face, and it feels very intimidating. But like I said, this is a day in life of us every day. So
I just dropped links to the Meta's
yes,
the
like
page.
it's so good. It was life-changing for me. So I immediately made a video about it. And it's like, hey, you guys gotta go see this. Go look this. It's downloaded for free. But
and that's a good thing about VR is that you can learn from these different experiences, these basically outer body experiences that you would never be able to experience yourself per se, but you can empathize. And so that's why kudos to the developers and everyone that are making these types of experiences that we can relate to and be better people because of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when you take VR and you use it for different things just besides gaming, like you do it for medical or for learning or for changing people's minds or perceptions, in a social environment or just in life in general. That's when I see how powerful virtual reality can be. Those are the things when I'm talking to somebody and they don't understand what I'm doing or what why I'm so passionate about it. I very rarely do I ever talk about a game or a particular game because I know that doesn't resonate with them. I could just tell off the bat. Me telling them about some gaming experience, which may be like super, meaningful to me, is not always meaning to anybody else. But if I tell them about a medical experience where people are going through difficult medical experiences, painful things where they have to sit for hours and they're using VR to help them get through it, that can resonate with people. Going through those things, putting yourself in somebody else's shoes so you can understand how they have to go through life can be super meaningful and powerful for somebody, especially somebody who maybe doesn't quite understand or doesn't, has different perceptions. You can change people's minds. You can change people's minds. You can change them personally and how they react and going forward in their lives. And I don't know if you could do that any other way.
Yeah.
Right.
You want to tell them about the young guy who comes to your show that
I have a little kid. His name is Cool Owl. He comes to shout out to Cool Owl if you're looking. He's such a sweetheart. He comes to every Joy in the Morning show, and he felt comfortable enough to open up to say that he was thinking about committing suicide. Now, this child is about 9 to 10 years old.
What?
Was talking about thinking about committing suicide and opened up at Joy in the Morning saying that he is not going to do that. He learned so much. He knows that he's loved. He knows that he went through all of the affirmations. And when I tell you, I broke down.
Oh my God. How could you
on stage, she was on her stage crying. The entire audience was crying.
It was crazy. But these kids are going through different things, and people don't realize how each experience can change or make a difference. If he experienced something negative, that child's life could have ended that day.
Imagine
That's crazy.
that's the thing about Horizon Worlds that was so powerful. A lot of times when kids show up into worlds, we call them squeakers, right? It's squeakers, the squeakers is here. But in Horizon, there's been a shift in that type of thought where, normally you would kick people out when kids out when you hear them talk. But in Joy in the Morning, Joy was one of the forerunners to be like, no, if they want to be here, let them be here. I'll tell them to mute if they need to mute. I'll tell them, hey, we need to be calm. And they respect it. And what came out of that was this young man who's been coming multiple times and finally shared, I was thinking about this, but because of things talked about here, it changed everything. So like I said, with Horizon Worlds, we always tell people we found such a community there. And there's so many diverse thoughts and processes and ideas that's being birthed in that community. So just absolutely
crazy.
Love it.
And Horizon Worlds, right? Not a total segue, but it has come such a long way.
Come on.
I think it's a great segue because I think it's an important conversation because I don't think people understand how
a lot of people stay away from Horizon Worlds because historically it is not good, right? As a social platform with world building, it was bad. I'm gonna say it. It was bad. But it has come so far.
Come on, man.
Totally changing. And I just read something, and you guys would know this more than I do, but aren't they coming out with like new avatars that are like you can be a dog now and you can be a dinosaur and you can be a
that's
announced this whole new avatar, which it should have been from the get-go, if you want my opinion. Like, the whole point of the Ready Player One movie was that you could be the giant iron robot if you wanted to, or a little mouse if you wanted to. Like I shouldn't have to be a white bald guy because that's what I am when I go into Metaverse. Shouldn't have to be that.
Yeah,
they're definitely looking into they think the rumor on Upload VR was like fanatical avatars. We haven't heard like anything like official, but I know at Connect they did speak on that there is a roadmap that they're on to try to begin to work on those things. We got legs, recently, so no one can joke about our legs no more.
Or the lack thereof.
Oh, the lack thereof. Bazing.
I think you talking about Connect is a super powerful thing for Horizon Worlds because it showed me how dedicated Meta I think is to the platform.
Yeah,
like having all those world builders there was a huge population of builders there that were extremely excited, passionate about what they're doing. I mean, they were there. I was sitting with a lot of them and they're just like telling me because I have not been a believer in Horizon because I was in early on, and let's not chase cut words here. It was not good. Horizon early on was bad. I mean, even the people that were working on Horizon didn't think Horizon was good. To me, it's taken people like you and other world builders to make it what it is today, with the help of Meta, of course. I mean, their support, but that showed to me them bringing all you guys out there. They're very, very much trying to make sure this works as much as they can. And I think the leaps and bounds it has taken, like just in the last 6 months to a year, is incredible.
And I think the issue too is that it was getting so much bad press at the beginning that people didn't care to hear about all the amazing things that has come out of it. Like if you all weren't talking to us, you would have never knew the story about the cool owl and all the cool stuff that's going on in Horizon Worlds. And so I feel as though the negative outweighs some of the positives sometimes, but we're trying to turn that around and let people know there's a lot of good stuff that's going on in
It's true, because a lot of the negatives, it's you hear these positive stories like, oh, you got to try this world, it's really awesome, and in my brain I'm like, well, I went to this other world and it sucked, so there's no way but that's how it works, right? Like you gotta be converted. And honestly, I'm going back into into Horizon Worlds this weekend because I need to go back in there. I went in for the Meta Connect, like I watched. I was at Connect, but I watched Connect at Connect inside the headset.
We did the same
and it was super cool.
I will say this, man, that the way that they have what has sold us like on the original vision of Horizon Worlds was not a world, it was the community. If you really are in Horizon Worlds, you fall in love with the people, because you don't need, literally they've proved it. You can just have a grid, an empty grid, and just if everyone in there is having a good time, laughing and joking, it doesn't matter about how the graphics look. I mean, Roblox would show you that the graphics don't matter. What mattered was the people. So now we have the people, and we're starting to see those types of worlds that's coming across now with different type of tools that's going to be coming out at some point, where we're going to begin to see like more upgraded types of graphics and really cool games and experiences that just never was possible before. So we've fallen deeply for Horizon Worlds, and we will continue to push it. And so you guys come on in. And another thing too, it was funny, Steve and Alex from Between Realities, shout out to them. They were, big haters of Horizon Worlds as well.
Yeah.
And so, we were on their podcast and we were talking about Horizon Worlds. I was like, we're going to come in there one day. I think they came in with Creeper Betty as well and try Grey Wolf and them. And we ended up taking them on a big trip. And it was so much fun. Had so much fun taking. And they was like, wait a minute, Horizon's actually got some cool stuff. I think you just have to have a tour guide. Just start a VR chat. We went into VR chat when we first got the headsets.
We were like,
and
what
we
is
ran
this?
the heck out of. We saw the furries and stuff. We were like, what the heck
Get
is
me out of here.
going on? But then we had a tour guide years later. Shout out to Tech Man. Tech Man actually was our tour guide. Tech Man,
nice.
And so he showed us the he was like, oh, y'all was doing it on Quest. You gotta get on computer. You gotta get on computer. Go to VR chat, and then of course Skiva took us into I know it's Resonate now.
Neos.
Neos.
So we've gotten. I think when you have the right tour guide, it changes everything.
He was my tour guide too. For
Neos was so much fun. Resonate
I'm gonna hold you guys to this now. You need to be my tour guide into Horizon.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so let's all do it together, because I haven't been in a while. It is time to get back in there, and I can't go any further until I say, the awesomeness that is Scott Albright from Combat Waffle Studios and Ghost of Tabor with $100 super chat thing. Just left J Brat podcast, and this was my first stop, Q2C. Thank you, man. You're the best. We always appreciate you. And big news. We're gonna be. I was gonna save it for later. I'll announce it now. Next week, our guest on the show will be Scott Albright from Combat Waffle Studios to talk about the official Quest launch, official store launch of Ghost of Tabor coming to the Quest store, and which we're gonna switch a little bit, and I want to talk to you guys a little bit about some hardware. I want to talk to Matteo about hardware, but I want to get into some positives too with VR, because there's been a lot of negatives with VR lately, but Combat Waffle Studios to me is such a positive. Positive that people still will pay for great experiences and great games. This is a game that they just it was just announced the other day. They put a press release out. Just announced a game that went to Steam and then went to App Lab. Not even the store, went to App Lab. Has done over $10 million in revenue. That is
not even on the store yet.
Not even on the store yet. That's
huge.
It just goes to show you that if you do put a good product out there and you support it and you continue to work on it, you continue to make it better, and you have a good community, and you release roadmaps, and you're truthful with your community, and you put things out there, that you can do it. If you find something that's good, but you can't, it has to be a good game, right? Like, you can do all those things and your game just may not be good enough. It's got to be a good new idea. You cannot puke the same old stuff out all the time. And I think this is something that they have kind of mastered. They saw that there was a void in our space with this type of game, and they filled it. And they've paid off with it. And so I can't wait to talk to this guy next week.
A little bit of a selfless plug. I wrote an article on XR Update, and I just put it in the link in chat if anybody wants to go in and read it about Combat Waffle and their launch on February 8th and the new pricing scheme, and there's a whole bunch of stuff in that article, so go read it.
Man, and I just love the story behind, like, it was like basically such a short time of development. I thought that was just like kind of insane to me that it was basically done in almost a year.
So fast.
And that's crazy to me, just to seeing the growth. So shout out to everyone on that team. It's just an incredible game, and so excited about the official launch.
They got more coming too. Like, the studio is growing, and like they're completely committed to continuing to work on Ghost of Tabor and make it better and add to it. But they've hired a whole bunch of new people in. They have Silent North coming. Silent North is basically, if you're a DayZ fan, it's basically DayZ in VR. And then they also have another game called Grim that they're going to be coming out with too, which is basically Rust in VR. So, a lot of big things coming from Combat Waffle Studios. So interesting to have Scott in next week. I'm really looking forward to doing that. And the official launch for Ghost of Tabor onto the store next week on the 8th. Guys, let's talk about some hardware. I'm excited. There's a new piece of hardware coming. on February 2nd.
Yes.
And nobody's gonna buy it. Nobody's gonna buy it. It's stupid. It's stupid. Nobody's gonna buy it. It's $3,500. Nobody's gonna buy it. They sold 200,000 units on opening day.
And we were two of them. We were two of
them.
them.
I'm one of them. I'm the dummy. I went and bought 2 of them. I went and bought one for a developer. So this is the other thing too. It's not a VR. It's not a VR headset. Nobody's going to develop games for it. I just bought one that I'm going to be sending out of the country because they can't get one to a OG development studio who has made one of the best-selling games of all time on the Quest, or actually of all time on Steam, Quest, anything. Just an OG VR game, and they want that headset because they want to bring that game to Apple. So
Come on,
this
man.
is something that you're going to see, man. The Apple headset is, again, this is definitely not going to be like your everyday gaming headset. But if you think there will be no VR games, I think you're mistaken. For sure.
I think it's gonna surprise a ton of people. I don't think it's gonna happen in month 1. I think developers need time to be exposed to the technology, because a lot of the apps that's been showing up, a lot of those you could tell they were built in simulators. You could tell it was not built, with the headset to actually see how the UI really looks and things like that. So I'm more excited about the 3 months in, 6 months in than I am the first month. But you best believe I took off next Friday. Because I pick it up at 9 o'clock. Okay,
you guys got one coming. I want to know, Matteo, did you go get one?
I didn't do it.
No.
You know what? I told you earlier, I'm a little frugal.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, as much as I want to play with one, as much as I want to experience it, my specific content and my community probably wouldn't be as interested in it. And I just made that call. I was like, listen, I'm immune to hype. I follow what I want to follow.
Yeah.
I don't get FOMO. I'm not going to let it happen. If I wanted it, I would have ordered it. I'll let some time go. Yeah. But on the software front, I think definitely a bunch of games have already been announced for it. Nothing like huge or anything, but we know some games are going to trickle onto it. At the end of the day, though, Apple wants to, kind of separate themselves from where VR is now.
Yeah.
So that's why they're not pushing the game angle, but they can. Yeah, they can, and if they do it, they can kick some ass.
Can I make a prediction? I want to make a prediction real quick.
Yeah, please go.
So third-person games are coming back really, really hard. I saw Max Mustard is coming.
Shout out to Max Mustard, man.
I take my money now.
So good.
Those are my type of games. I actually think, because a lot of people don't know that the Apple Vision Pro can use Xbox controllers, PlayStation 5 controllers, and Joy-Cons. Joy-Con controllers. So I feel like we're going to start seeing immersive gaming from Apple that's going to be you're more inside of the game. So take a game like Genshin Impact, which is a really powerful, really good game on mobile, which they did opt out to bring their iPad app, which is made me think they'd have to be developing something. Instead, they bring that game, and instead of you're still playing with a controller, you're still third person, but you're still inside the world. I think that would be the type of games that we're going to see a lot more on the Apple Vision Pro for sure.
Well, it looks like we might see the Xbox Game Pass coming on there too.
Actually, yeah, because they just made that change today, man. So I'm really excited about that. Like, I don't know, like I'm anxious. I'm ready.
Oh, did your camera?
We're prepared. Don't worry. Content creators are prepared. Okay. Next, just like when I sneeze, look. All right. We are ready. That we can just come on in. But no, we're ecosystem person. So I'm on my Mac right now. She's on her Mac right now. We have iPhones, iPads, HomeKit. The entire house is basically wired with HomeKit. So I'm thinking about that, having a device that can speak to all of that. I'm really excited about that as well. So really excited.
I like it. Todd, there was a video that came out by VR with Jasmine today that kind of resonated with me. I thought it was well thought out, it was well put together. I asked Todd to grab a clip of that if you have it, just to kind of show it. But I want you to go. Everybody should go watch the whole video, but this is just a short clip of the intro. And go ahead and play that, Todd.
Apple Vision Pro.
The Apple Vision Pro.
About using the Apple Vision Pro for the...
Try out the Vision Pro now.
Even if you have no plans of getting one, the Apple Vision Pro will inevitably affect you and the entire tech industry. So let's just think about this. What is the most commonly used piece of technology that we have right now? I mean, that's obviously our mobile phones, right? But phones in general, like, are way past their peak. The amount of innovation that you're gonna get on your phone is like so minimal. For example, I just got the iPhone 15 in preparation for the Apple Vision Pro. And before that, I was using the 12 Pro Max. Like, between these two phones, there's such a minimal amount of difference. At a certain point, you just like max out a certain piece of technology. And as a species, we're all going to keep looking for the next piece of technology. So what is that going to look like? And
Nice, and I thought her point there was super. Like, I loved her point there. To me,
Yeah.
phones have maxed. What are you going to
Yeah.
do with a phone? You can fold them now. Great, you can do this and that with them. You can make them bigger. You can make them smaller. But other than that, really, what are you doing with a phone where you think you're going to be? Like, we talked to Brad last week, and we talked about AR, and he's like, I think AR has maxed itself. To be honest with you, he's like, AR glasses are super, interesting, but really, I don't see where they're going from here. He's like, I think they've hit their peak. You know what I mean? And the same thing with phones. So if that is the case, and we're always looking for that next innovative platform to jump to, has Apple jumped to it? Is this it for them? Like, are they seeing the writing? Like, we need to change. Now, this is not the end all be all with the Apple Vision Pro. We know that, but is this their step towards where we eventually probably will be, which is a set of glasses that will do everything that we want to do?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think for the price as well. A lot of the times, I know I watched the episode with Brad on, and the thought process for me, a lot of people is, well, that's $3,500. I mean, Meta, the Quest 3 is $500, and we absolutely love the Quest 3. That's no brainer. Okay. But I've told people, well, I think about it as, it's not a gaming general computing thing. This is a computer. So I'm thinking about the M2 chip. I have the iPad back there that has an M1 chip in it, and it's nice and all, but the M2 in my Mac Mini right here is a total different beast. And this is a more higher powered version of the just base model that's even in the Mac Mini. So when I begin to think about what could be possible with devices like this, I'm more excited about the work part. And I know Todd absolutely is the work guy in the headset for sure. And I know we're going to be talking about Visor soon. I saw Renji. Shout out to Renji in the building.
Yeah, Renji's in chat, man. Hey, Renji, how you doing, man?
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out in chat. We are going to talk Immersed a little bit later.
Yeah, but like the Apple Vision Pro to me is absolutely a workhorse for me. I'm excited about editing videos on this, making my thumbnails, being able to still, have like all my ecosystems, iCloud, all these different things that are connected. That's what I'm more excited about. And I do believe, just like with iPhone, you had touch, just like with the Mac, you had the mouse in the GUI, we're now stepping into the spatial computing from Apple. And I think you got to remember, Google and Samsung pivoted. Pico supposedly have pivoted. A lot of companies are now pivoting to what more so Apple is doing than actually what Meta is doing. So, and I know Meta, this is the thing. I know Meta I feel like they got software updates just sitting there waiting, like Kodak avatars, things like that, just waiting for when Apple comes out the gate. They're just waiting to see what Apple is going to actually do and what people have.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I'm very excited about it. Like, and for me, what I've said all along is, this isn't for everybody. Like, a lot of people are not going to either be able to afford it, or it isn't for them. I would hope that whoever's in that boat, just don't root against it. You know what I mean? To me, anything that's going to move us forward with virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality, it's all good. Like, to me, this does nothing against what Quest is going to do. Quest is still going to be Quest. They're still going to dominate the market that they're in. It's going to be great. And Apple will do something different, and Samsung and Google are going to come together and do something different and closer to the Apple headset. So we're going to have that type of mix as well. And anything that moves us forward is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for
Absolutely.
How do we get to the next step, right? And Apple coming in and being a player here is the next step for us. It's going to move everybody. It's going to help Meta. It's going to help you know, Google and Samsung. It's going to help, you know, hopefully, maybe it helps HTC. We'll figure out whatever their mess is. You know, I don't know. Maybe it'll help Pimax in some way. I have no idea.
Yeah, I like that it gets people talking about this space and inquiring about it, because I mean, we've had people who have shunned us of saying, you know, this VR space, what are y'all doing? And then Apple comes up with this announcement and they're like, wait, what is this? Is this VR? Is this, you know, and we get to have this conversation.
Absolutely.
And so I love that it's bringing it to the bigger platform. So everybody get ready to explain exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're gonna have to tell everybody. The only platform I don't think it's gonna help, or maybe it won't help, because it may be not helpable, and that would be the PlayStation VR 2.
Oh man,
Come on.
here we go.
All right, you know, taking
Here
the
we
chains
go.
off Matteo. Here we go.
What did you think? I was gonna let you go and be here without?
Come on,
talking about
Matteo. Let's
PlayStation
go.
VR 2? So, you know, PlayStation VR 2. I'm a big fan. Matteo, you're a big fan.
Yeah.
So this is nothing out of hate. I love this headset.
No.
I want to see everything that's great for this headset. So you did a great video today that I thought was super well done, and it was presented in a smart and unbiased way with no hate for the headset and just rooting for the headset, but giving out the facts. We talked about this how many months ago? Okay, and here's where we are now. Let's take a quick look, Todd, of where we were 2 months ago.
Yeah, 2 or 3 months ago, I think.
Thing is longer
Doing
than
this.
that.
I keep making excuses for Sony, and I'm like, well, they're waiting for this, and they're waiting for that. They're not doing advertising because of this. I keep apologizing for fucking Sony, and I'm tired of apologizing for them. It's freaking Sony, man. They freaking put a headset out and they don't support it. This is ridiculous. Why am I sitting here apologizing for Sony? Huh? That's crazy. Why do I have to say, oh, you know, waiting for this? They're waiting for when they can come out and they can have them in stores, because there's no sense in really promoting it until you can put it in your own store.
You're apologizing because you're too emotionally involved.
Why? Why do you wait? What are you waiting for, Sony? What are you waiting for? Christmas? You're waiting for Apple to come out with their headset and blow fucking everybody out of the water? You're waiting for Meta, who should step up at this next showcase and show you what fucking VR is really all about? Is that what we need? Huh? Apparently, Sony doesn't have the money or the wherewithal to show off their own fucking headset. We have to try and sell it for them?
Love it. Get him.
Yeah.
You always bring out the best in me, Mateo.
Shout out to my community.
Full disclosure, yeah, it was someone from Mateo's community that edited that all put together, and then it was up on Mateo's TikTok page. But I had.
I will say back then, which was a couple months ago, Eric, I was like, you're too aggressive. I'm like, give them a little time. I'm like, give Sony a little time. They're gonna show us something. Christmas is coming, and now I'm with you. Yeah. I'm like, I'm like, Christmas went by. There was not one promotion. They didn't drop the price. They didn't give you a bundle. They didn't do jack shit. And I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And then when I start going down the rabbit hole and reaching out to developers and talking to people, and I got some information on Firewall Zero, which is secondhand information, of Firewall Ultra, which is secondhand information. So I won't really relay it because I can't confirm it. And I haven't reached out to First Contact Entertainment. But regardless, going down that rabbit hole, looking at Amazon numbers, it's funny because once I reported this, then a day or two later, Road to VR did an article on the Amazon numbers. And I'm like, yep, guys, I was telling you about the Amazon numbers. And just as simple as looking across the Christmas holiday, that 30 days, and you see 1,000 PlayStation VR 2 sold and 20,000
crazy
Quest 3s.
Yep.
And 50,000 Quest 2s.
Yeah.
You're like,
in 30-day period.
Yeah. Oh my God. And then like you go on eBay and it is PSVR 2, PSVR 2 pages and pages, and they're selling for like $300. And people say, you know, and then people have been trying to cope. There's a ton of copium out there. It's, well, the Quest 3 is new. Of course it's selling better. Yeah. What about the Quest 2?
Right. Exactly.
It's cheaper.
3 years old.
Yeah. Well, it's a decision that, you know, was made here. You know, obviously Meta knew what they were doing. They knew how to sell headsets. And people are like, who cares? I have the headset. I'm happy. Great. You have to care. If there's no install base, developers are not going to develop for that platform.
Right.
Rec Room just came out and said, We can't make money on
Rec Room can't make money on PlayStation.
Come
that
on.
blows my mind.
Rec Room is Scrooge McDuck swimming in gold coins.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're like,
Okay.
PlayStation VR 2? No.
No, PlayStation. But we'll come to Apple though.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We'll come to Apple, but that PlayStation VR, like I've had developers tell me, and I don't believe this, or at least I don't want to believe this. I've had developers tell me we think Sony's pulling out in a year.
Oh.
Like, and I'm like, nah, you're just too pessimistic, or you know, maybe you're butthurt because
You just
the PlayStation didn't work for you.
Right.
You know, maybe you're a little jaded. But I've had a couple developers tell me that, and then there's some people like the more established developers, I'll say established, like bigger names that are kind of like you can rely on. They're like, and it's like, well, how's your experience been? And it's like, just say anything. And they're like, oh, sorry, we can't answer those questions.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I get it. You know, you're playing nice. But if you notice, the PlayStation VR releases are coming out the most botched compared to anything else.
Yep.
And that's because the developers give them the least attention because there's the least amount of money to be made there. And they're coming out either botched or they're coming out later, meaning they're, you know, the redheaded stepchild.
Wow.
It sucks, but you know, it's true. And after listening to you guys be all cheery and happy for an hour, I hate myself because
No.
we
love
talking
you.
about how you know PlayStation hasn't delivered.
Yeah.
But
So
I'm in the same boat though with you. Like I did that rant, but I did it because I was passionate that I want Sony to support it. Like that's the biggest thing for me. And it's not even like the games that we have had in 2023. Some of the games were amazing. And if you look at the year overall, if you just looked at the year as a whole, man, they had a really good year. Probably my game of the year is a Sony game that I played. I had some of the best experiences this year. The problem for me is they just don't support it. It's like they don't care about it. Like they had their launch and they had some games trickle out later, but they never put anything into advertising. I mean, Meta came out with the Quest 3 and Quest 2 and they blew it away in advertising. Came out with the Quest 3 and hit it again when they probably didn't even have to put as much into it, but they did
hit
it anyway.
harder with the Quest 3.
Yeah, and they did it and they supported it because they were trying to push it. It just seems to me like PlayStation's like, fuck it, put it out.
Yeah,
All right, it's
like,
there.
Well, I mean, that's what kind of like the Firewall Ultra story ended up sounding like. Like I, again, secondhand, I can't confirm, and if First Contact's going to tell anybody anything, it's not going to be nice. It's going to be anti-PlayStation. So you take that with a grain of salt. But like at the same time, would I explain to people? Yes, the PlayStation VR has amazing games you can't get anywhere else. However, the way they released them and without promotion and anything like that, it did not sell the hardware. If you release a game on flat screen first, and then 6 months later it comes to VR, people are not inclined to go, oh, now it's time to get a VR headset because I can finally play Resident Evil 4, the game I bought 6 months ago and already played through.
Right.
You know, there are people who will wait for it, but it's more the other way around. People who have VR will wait for the game's VR release and then play it. It's not they go, oh, now that it's on VR, I'm going to buy the hardware. That's a $550 investment for something you don't know you'll like. And
or more. Or more,
Yeah.
right? I'm not a console gamer. I have a PlayStation 4 in the other room. My kids play it. I'm a PC gamer. I have a 4090, a very good computer. I play PC games. I bought a PlayStation 5 just so I could use the PlayStation VR 2. So this cost me $1,200 and I hate it. I never play it. I don't like it at all. It is so uncomfortable. I don't like the controllers. The battery life sucks. The facial interface thing, the spongy thing is stupid. I'm not a fan of PlayStation VR 2. I'm a fan of Sony being in VR because it's going to do good. You know, we thought it would do good for VR by bringing all these AAA titles and all these exclusives. We've hardly seen anything that I would call groundbreaking. And they've totally failed at all of those things, right? Like, I never turn it on, ever.
I hope to use this moment right now to say, Jdun, I told you so.
Yeah, I was just
had to say that.
I was just going to say
throw that in there.
the one VR device, like when it was showed off, she said she came in the room, like the keynote was on, and she's like, no.
No,
No.
yeah, I get it.
We don't need it. We don't need it. I'm like, and then every other month, I'm like, but look, the videos they were talking about this game. No. And now look at it. She is so happy when she gets off of this. She's gonna do her little happy dance, and I'm gonna have to deal with it. Thanks a lot, Matteo. Come on.
Yeah. See, I'm critical, but I'm still hopeful. Like
I'm still hopeful too. I want to be so wrong. I want the developers that talk to be wrong. I want Sony to like just be like, this guy's a moron. Here's our 2024 and 2025 10 games.
That's it. Prove me wrong.
But what I don't get is why are there no third-party people making quality products for this headset? Even like,
no,
do they
money.
not even believe it?
They don't even believe there. Like,
that's so frustrating.
So some studios I talked to, like one example was, there's not enough active daily player base to make a PlayStation only multiplayer game. You'd have to go.
I would agree with that. PlayStation only, you're crazy.
Yeah. You have to go multi-platform. Yeah. Now that's a bigger can of worms. What's the point? We might as well just go meta, get all the numbers. Like most of the games out there that are multiplayer, like big box with population 1, they're like 2 to 5% PC players, and then 95% Quest. And most games are like that. That's very common for most games. But a lot of times they'll still support PC because they like people to stream the game, or that's the community that started them. That's not the case with the PlayStation. So people run the numbers and they're like, it's a gamble. Should we support PlayStation? And then when its development's taking too long, they're just like, whatever, push it out, get your money back, cut your losses. Sucks.
Yeah. I think this it's still salvageable. Like literally if you do a price drop, to where it becomes a little more affordable. You know, it doesn't even have to be a ton, $100. You know what I mean? $150. You drop that price. You bundle it with, still keep it bundled with something big like GT7 or Horizon, whatever you want to do, RE4. I mean, that would be an amazing bundle. And then you promote the crap out of it, and then you pop out your first party title like an Astrobot, or a Silent Hill, or something big, like something that will wow people. And
this is kind of where they're hurting to a little bit too. Their genres are too niche. So you have these games that are hybrid. So everyone who already wanted them bought them already and played them, and these people are less likely to go in and buy the hardware to replay them. So that, because all of their big games previously released flat, the only one is Horizon Call of the Mountain, and it's not a system seller. I really enjoyed the game. It's very good. Not a system seller in my opinion. It's like a B+.
Well, guys, I was going to just say Half-Life Alyx is coming to PSVR too.
If they did that, that would save
really
them.
thut they would do it.
That would be great.
It would save them.
Valve has let other games let their games go to other platforms.
Yeah.
Valve is playing very nice with Sony lately. All the Sony exclusives eventually make their way onto Steam. So I thought these two would play nice, for their own mutual benefit. But Steam doesn't care about VR too much either. They only care about game sales. But regardless, what I was saying about the games on the PlayStation VR 2, genre-wise, they're too niche. You have horror and shooter, and there's like 55%. Well, it's like 50% of players just don't touch shooters, which I know people don't believe that statistic, but there's plenty of people out there that are Farmville type, gamers. Like they and another one is you have sim racing. Plenty of people don't touch sim racing. So you don't have all genres covered.
Yeah.
And you have games that previously, like all of your games only previously released on flat. So it's just not a great environment to sell the hardware. And without the hardware out there, there's no install base, no incentive for developers to jump in.
Yeah. That's real.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful. I mean, they put a lot of money into this headset. I'm hopeful that they will figure out how to support it. I'm hopeful that they'll at least give another good push for 2024. I do think they do have some first party titles coming this year that we'll see that could light some fire under some people. I do think a price drop is necessary. And I love the headset. Like I'm not in the boat that Todd doesn't like the headset. It's not comfortable for him, doesn't like using it. I love the headset. I think it actually is really, really good. Yeah. Like I love the game. Some of the games I played on it, again, have been some of the best gaming that I've had. So I have faith in the headset. I don't have faith in Sony at this point. Like I just don't have faith in Sony that they're going to make the right decisions. So that's what I'm rooting for. So I don't want anybody out there to say, MASH hates, the headset. I don't. I love it. Like, again, Gran Turismo 7 with a wheel and pedal and that headset is some of the best gamings I've ever done. Resident Evil, I just played through Resident Evil 4. I'm a huge fan of Resident Evil 4. I've played it on every platform. I've beaten it probably 10 times. I literally just played through it all over again and was completely wowed again in VR. It's just not enough. That, like,
I mean, the savior of the PSVR 2 is honestly going to be What's the Bet. So what the bet? So we need to get What's the Bet on there ASAP.
Fantastic.
All right, we need that on there ASAP.
Oh my God, you're gonna get me like with 2 crazy rants right in a row. I mean, people are gonna think I'm ridiculous. Oh man, I know we got to say goodbye to Matteo. He's got to get himself out of here. We got to say goodbye to Joyreignvr and Jdun, and I want to have you guys back on in another time where we're just talking about VR and games. I'd love to do that where we're just now that you've come on, we've done the whole thing, and just come on and have fun and talk and do VR stuff. But Todd, I think we have a little announcement that we can do, and yeah, it's a good time to do this announcement. We are at 6,995.
I keep watching it to see if it's changing. We're like
6,995, almost 7,000 subs, man. That's pretty good, man. We're so close, that close. But we have a special announcement. This is something that me and Todd have been working towards for a long time. We were super honored to be asked, and I think that we can finally officially announce it tonight. And Todd, I'll let you do the honors.
Eric and I, with Q2C VR Gamer, are now officially MetaQuest ambassador.
Well, you got it wrong already.
The Quest Creator Program.
Quest Creator Program. Oh, you shills. You're totally shills.
We're shills. Right? No, we're gonna. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a video explaining everything. That's what we have. That's what everybody has to do, right? Everybody has to come on.
Wait. Now I get why you guys were talking bad about PlayStation VR 2.
There you go.
Such a liar. You don't like
what do you
it
think
at
I
all.
was gonna announce
Meta
that
paid
before?
you for this whole damn show.
while he wears the Asgard Raft 2 shirt at the same time.
Hide your shirt, Mateo. Hide your shirt.
Yeah, right. Oh my God.
And in our background, we got the Quest and the Quest 3 background.
I wasn't gonna make that announcement before we go. Before I do the rant.
Before we shit on PlayStation. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. But yeah, I think that is like the thing that everybody has to do. Like everybody has to do a video explaining themselves.
Even Jay Brat's in chat. He's like, you guys got to do a video reading the contract.
Everybody understands.
You just gotta, just make sure like you don't show the guy with the gun to your face and the cue cards. Right.
He's off camera. You can't see. He's right over there.
Nah, that's
I have joined the program of my own free will.
Welcome.
Thank you guys. We appreciate it. Something we've been wanting for a long time. Does nothing, for us other than, meta. We get a little bit of meta support to help the channel. We are still going to be Q2C. I'm still going to be opinionated. I'm still going to go on rant. Yeah. If I have any problems, trust me, I'm going to tell you guys. Yep. And that's what it is.
We will know. Great. We will know if you start champion What's the Bet.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, oh man,
never gonna happen.
Really going all over the edge. If I'm wearing a What the Bet t-shirt next week, you know what's going on. But I will say, I'll be the first one to tell you guys, there is no like whoever. If you've heard people out there going, oh, meta, if you do that, if you're a part of it, they make you say you can't say this and you can't say that, and they make you do this. It's all bullshit, guys. It's all bullshit.
Meta, go fuck yourself. Someone clip this.
There you go.
Fuck yourself. Sometimes you guys piss me off a lot. Sometimes you do some good shit. End the story. I'm gonna put my ass on a quest again.
Don't put your ass on.
I got disinfectant.
That's hilarious.
Oh man, it's too funny. But yeah, but I just want it out there that people know, because there's so many people out there like, oh, you are going to be a shill, that you can't say this anymore and you can't say that, and that's just not true. Like literally, we just signed the contract, and we can tell you that's just not true. It's not true. Yeah, they allow you to say whatever you want to say. It's your opinion's your opinion. They just give you some tools to help you along with getting your content done. That's all it is, guys. That's all it is.
And I'm super excited.
Yeah, we couldn't be happier. The people in the program are amazing. The other content creators in there are amazing, and we're looking forward to joining them. And
yes, great to be a part of that.
I love it, man. That is awesome news.
Well, thank you guys for being here tonight, Matteo. We'll see you next time. I'm sure you'll be.
I'm going
back
straight to bed.
Go to bed.
Jdun,
yeah.
Wake me up at 6 a.m. So I'm out of here.
You rock. We love you, man.
Love you
We
guys.
are going to not going to
Yeah.
go anywhere. We still got some stuff to talk about, guys. But I will say goodnight because Jdun and JoyReign do have to take off as well. So thank you guys for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thank
Again,
y'all for having us.
yeah, let's do it
Great
again.
meeting you
Until
guys.
next time, y'all.
Awesome. Yeah,
Double
wow.
date. We got to go double date. Me and Todd.
Absolutely.
Me and my wife and you guys.
Forget the man. Me and you
Either
in
way.
Horizon Worlds. Yeah, exactly.
Let's
We
do
need a
it.
tour.
Yeah, for sure.
We
But
need
thank
a
you
tour.
guys.
Out,
You're
fellas.
awesome.
Bye. Take care, Chippy.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye, everybody.
Everybody.
All right, guys. So, Todd, congratulations. Dee,
What do you know?
congratulations. I mean, we were able to put the news out. We weren't even planning it tonight to put the news out there, but we thought we would announce it because it's something we've been working on for a while. Just taking a little
I just
bit of
thought it
time.
would be, kind of cool to announce it with those guys all here because they're all part of the same Quest Creator Program. So it turned out that it was all good, green lit. So we're good.
Yeah, it was cool.
Exciting.
It was. It's something that we've been kind of pushing for a while. Wanting to do, but not like we were like, okay, if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's not a big deal. But it was just something that's going to be nice to do and just allow us to do things a little bit easier from now on, which is great. We all want easier. Easier is better, and we can
Easier is
still be us, and we can still do what we're supposed to do. And we're not going anywhere. D, are you going to Palworld? D, tell us about Palworld. Let's talk about Palworld.
Palworld is fun. It definitely is Pokemon-esque,
Yeah.
along with a little bit of like Zelda-esque.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's fun. I've enjoyed my few hours in
What
there.
level are you now?
Let's see. 7, I
Oh,
think.
cool. Yeah, you're
Wow.
pretty far in. That's good.
Nice. I
You got
am.
your little
I'm
base
level
and your little house
0.
and all your little minions and your pals working for you.
Yeah, we
So convenient.
me and Roots were co-oping it, and we got a little area set up, and then like we had to build beds for the pals, and then we had to build our own beds and our own house. It's pretty crazy.
I don't know. Maybe I do need to get in there now. Scott Albright says it's Pokemon-esque with a bit of cannibalism, murder, and slavery. It's tons
Yeah,
of fun.
because
Yeah,
not
it totally
only
is.
can you catch the animals with the pal spheres, but you can
Mhm.
also catch the
Pokeballs.
humans.
Pokeballs? Really?
No, every time you say "pokey" something in reference to this game, a Nintendo frickin' person's
Gets their
ears
wings?
twitch.
Yeah, they're your
So,
switch. Yeah, exactly.
we don't
Well,
want to
did
bring
you see how
attention to it.
quickly?
The
Did
Niantic guys
you
are all
see
freaking
how?
out.
Did you
Oh,
see
I
how
know.
quickly they killed that mod to put the
Oh,
Pokemon
yeah.
characters in there?
Oh,
So
yeah.
I don't know if everybody saw this, but there was like an announcement that hey, we got a mod coming that's going to put the actual Pokemon characters, what they look
Yeah.
like, their names and everything, mod it into the game, and Nintendo shut it down before they even launched the
Like-
mod. Like literally, like they're like shut that shit right down. So don't
Yep.
you think that they are watching this right?
They're
Nintendo is
definitely
looking
watching.
at this right now, going, okay, number one, how did they get it in flat? And then number two, they don't want it in VR. I guarantee that, especially if
Right.
they're thinking about doing any VR, which I think
It's
they
so
are.
much fun in VR. It's so
Yeah.
good. My God.
Yeah, Betty asks, "How do you catch the humans?" I think when your camp gets invaded and like there's a handful of them,
Really?
you know, kill off a couple, but then save that one. Catch 'em.
You can catch them with the ball?
I
I never
think
tried that.
so.
I never tried
There
that. I
was
just killed them all.
there was some streamer that I was watching,
Huh.
Asmongold, I
have to try
believe,
that.
and he caught himself in what he referred to as an unpaid intern.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
It was
Nice.
funny.
I'm gonna have to try that. It's cool, Eric, because you build up like a lumber mill and a quarry and berry farms and the typical Ark, Valheim, all those kind of games where you basic survival stuff. But then you go out and you catch these little pals or Pokemon, but pals, and you bring them back to your base and you put them to work.
Mhm.
They cut down your
Nice.
trees. They break up the rocks. They do the berries. They move shit around. And then when people come and attack your base, they go into defensive mode and start breathing fire on everybody. And yeah, it's so much fun.
I got no time to get in there. All I'm doing right now is playing Ghost of Tabor.
Which
Right.
you still, after how long? How long has it been?
What?
That you've promised to take me into this game
We'll
and
go
show me
tonight.
around.
I literally will go in for that after the show.
And
Actually, I think I have plans to go in after the show, so I'm absolutely going. Let's go in. Do you love the Modka map? The city map is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Nighttime map on all the city. Like that's so good, dude. I just love this game, man. And they just continue to improve it and improve it. Like I hadn't been in a couple of weeks, or maybe a little bit longer, just because I've been so busy. And I wanted to jump back in because we've got some creators that want to get in and start kind of playing it now with the launch. So kind of getting in just so I can because I want to go help them, but if I don't know the map well enough, I can't go help anybody. So I've been kind of like me and Skiva have been kind of like training ourselves in there and playing as much as we can. And it's just so good. You just looking down at your arms now and your clothing and your sleeves has you can see the
The
layers
sewing
of
and
clothes, and you can see it's so much more detailed than before. The gloves in your hands just look phenomenal now. You know what I mean? Where it you have active bleeding now. So if you get hit enough, if you get hit enough, number one, there'll be an exit wound, and there'll be blood splatter on a wall or something that you're standing behind. But then you will start to trail blood.
But you'll leak.
You'll leak blood. So you'll continue to kind of lose health. You'll die eventually if you don't take care of yourself, but you'll trail blood and people can track you. So you actually have to have it's not just about having the health stems now. You have to have a bandage where you can actually, stop the bleeding.
Wrap that shit up. Yeah.
Damn.
That's crazy.
It's just so,
Wrap
man,
it
it's so
up,
good.
E.
Yeah, it's so good. Again, the new market map is it just looks so freaking good. Nighttime map, just enough, moonlight to see by. It looks amazing. They've done such a good job with it, and the NPCs in that market map are insane, bro. They come from everywhere. You've got 9 total players, I think, on the map. During a raid, but you have it feels like dozens and dozens of.
What's the name of the map
NPCs.
again?
Vodka?
Okay, because I keep hearing you say vodka.
Oh, you can have vodka. You want some vodka? I get you.
With some olives on the rocks.
I get you some
garlic,
vodka.
the blue cheese.
It looks so damn good. It's a lot of fun, and D, let's go tonight.
You totally should. Yeah.
Dude.
Backstory in VR with a $5 super chat says everyone needs to try Palworld with UEVR. Just saying, specifically launch and VR
profile.
Oh, lunch and VR profile. I got you. Cool. Okay. As soon as I get myself out of Ghost of Tabor, which I don't know when that will be. We'll get in there.
2 in the morning. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I had so much fun on Ghost of Tabor. I was playing with Skiva and Betty the other night, and they're like, we gotta go to bed. It's getting late. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go to bed too. And they get off, and I went right back in solo for 3 raids solo. I can't stop, man. I can't, especially once I get in there. Here's what happens: you get in there, you get a whole bunch of gear, and I get shot by some shithead right on the way out, and it pisses me off. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm doing back in again, and I'm gonna do another raid. And then I want to be.
Gotta go back in and get a gun, or find that fucker who just shot me in the face. Yeah,
it's like one of those games that just pulls you back in, because if you do die, number one, if you have a great raid and you get yourself out with a ton of gear, you're like, yes, let's go do that again. But then if you die with a ton of gear right before you get out, you're like, God damn it, I'm going back in. No, I'm gonna get it out of there. So it's just.
And see, that's the cycle I do not want to get stuck in tonight when I have to be up at frickin' wee hours in the morning, dude.
I did get some good stuff, Betty, and D, we'll do it. You can this weekend. I'm going to be in quite a bit this weekend. Kind of bringing some other creators in. So anytime this weekend, let's do it.
Dude,
and
let me know.
I can't play Mother Gunship Forge with you, so yes, I will do this.
Dude, that's another thing, man. Come on, get on that shit.
Me and Betty need to finish our run. Literally, we're 300 levels. We want the record. We need another 300 levels to get the record, but we got to play. We haven't played in a long time. But all right, guys, let's talk about this. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, and JoyReign was the only one that noticed.
Chippy.
Oh yeah, I
didn't want to bring it up.
I didn't know who the hell was talking to me in this chat here. I'm like, who the hell is Chippy? Why are you Chippy?
I changed it. I've been playing a lot of PGA Tour 2K23, and I've been fucking killing it with the chip shots, dude. Seriously, I'm
nice.
Wow.
Good. So I
cool.
thought it was funny, and then you notice it an hour and a half later.
No, I noticed it right away, but I was like, I don't know if she wants to talk about it.
You have more names. D, I can't keep up with
it was just a temporary thing, dude, to see, and
you should go back to Cheeto Wendy.
Cheeto Wendy? Okay.
Or go back to Pinball Arena. Or Chi-Town D, or Chinatown D, or Denise.
There's so many. Yeah.
There's so many.
I say Denise. It was never Denise. Who the hell's Denise? Or who's Dennis?
Who's Dennis? Yeah, exactly.
I want to go back to that video where D came on for the first time. Do we have that
Oh
somewhere? Like
god.
where she came
It's
in for the
there
first time?
somewhere.
Let me go find it.
It's when I gave away a key to
I know what it was. It was
In
In Death
Death?
Unchained.
Yeah.
In Death Unchained. It
Oh,
was
yep.
you. Yeah,
I
I was
still
like,
haven't yet to play the Quest 3 update for that one.
can you believe that? How long ago that was? That was just you messaging me like, hey, I'd love to give a key away. And I'm like,
Dude,
shit,
because
D, you
I
want? I'm
kept
like, I didn't
winning
even
on
know
the
you. I
wheel,
had no idea
dude.
who you are. We had never talked. I just, for some reason, I was like, sure, you want to come in and give it
Want to
away?
come and do it live?
Like, you want to come do it
Yeah.
live? And you're like, yeah, I'll do it. I'm like, okay. And look
And
where
you
you are
know
now,
that I
superstar. Look at
know.
you.
Look at me now. But no, it's the funniest thing because I have such a fear of, I get like anxiety and antsy and, just even now a little
Todd's
bit.
the same way. I got to pull
But
him through every episode.
damn.
Oh, that's too funny.
Oh my god.
All right, before we get too late in the show, I want to talk about Immersed because this is something that I've been actually. Let me hit this first, Natalie. Thank you, Natalie. Welcome to the show. Welcome to hanging out here. Thank you for the $5 super chat. That's freaking awesome. She says, "Pop Quest Adventure is a delightful and unique free game on App Lab." Pop.
I'm
Quest,
assuming you're the developer, or you just
have you
like
ever
it?
heard? Have you ever?
I've
heard
never.
of it?
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah,
I've never
look
heard
it
of
up, man. Give us some idea of Pop Quest Adventure. I've never even
Pop
heard of it.
Quest Adventure.
Sounds
I'm
cool.
looking at it. It's got 5 stars.
Oh, nice. But yeah, thank you for the $5 super chat. Sounds cool. We'll definitely take a look.
I'll drop a link in chat. There you go, everybody. Go check it out.
Cool. All right, so let's talk about Immersed. We had Renji on the show a few months ago, talking about the visor and just talking about it was very early on back then. It was basically just announced, talking about their vision for how they want to bring a headset to be able to effectively use their software platform. Now, a lot of things have happened since then. They've had a very successful pre-order that's done very well. They've had several different partnerships that are, strategic alliances, we'll call them, that have done very well, especially with Qualcomm.
And
But
Intel.
yeah, and Intel. But there's been a lot of people out there questioning, like, is this real? Like, this doesn't seem real. Is this really going to happen? And, or that, maybe the price is too high, doesn't seem right, or I don't see, this headset doesn't look like, because we look at the visor. If anybody doesn't know, I mean, you got a picture of the visor somewhere, Ty, we can get up. Anybody know the visor? I mean, it basically looks like a pair of like sunglasses. Literally, it looks like a pair of like 80s style, like the big, shiny,
like
sunglasses.
Macho Man Randy
Yeah,
Savage.
exactly. So I mean, when you see it, you're like, wow, is this really real? You know what I mean? And Renji's been telling people forever, this is real. This is real. We are building a headset to be able to use our platform. And to me, this is where this becomes a compelling argument, because there are so many headset manufacturers out there. They're building their headset for the headset. It's just for the headset. They want you to use the headset. The end game here for Immersed is not the headset. The end game is the platform, Todd, is the software. This is the gateway to their software to be able to use it effectively, because there isn't a headset or hardware out there right now to take full advantage of their software. They know that, and they've went to other headset manufacturers and said, can you build this? And they were like, no, we just really can't do it. It's not something that we,
not only that, but it's also form factor. Like, they understand that Quest 2, Quest 3, Quest Pro, they're enormous, and to put that on your head in a coffee shop or at work or on the on the bus or something may not appeal to everybody. I wear mine downtown when I'm at work, my Quest 3. You look ridiculous. I'm okay with that, but there's a lot of people that aren't. So being able to put on something that looks like sunglasses or like these things is a game changer.
Yeah, agreed, 100%. And the form factor again is amazing. And it's again the way the platform or the way the headset will work with the software is the compelling part for me here, because it is set up for this software. And what they've done now, Todd, the big news that they've kind of doubled down on the software is how I read this. Renji's been in touch, kind of like letting us know along the way kind of what's going on. And so we kind of knew that there was something coming. We had the information for a while. And I didn't say this to him directly because I want to have my own kind of like thought about it. But looking at this, this price drop that they're doing here, which we'll explain in a second, makes a ton of sense for me, because they want to make sure that you're getting full use out of their software platform. And if they can do that effectively and cut your price of the headset down to less than a Quest 3, that makes a ton of sense to me. So if you're looking at it this way, let's go through what the pricing varies. So this headset used to be how much? What was it? It's like $1,200 for the Founders Edition.
And it still was. Actually, I don't think Founders Editions are available anymore. I'm pretty sure they're not. No, they're not. So the regular, you can just buy the headset still, and that price hasn't changed. $9.99. I think it's $9.49 right now. Yeah, it's on sale right now, $50 off.
Can we put that on screen? What you're looking at?
Oh yeah, and that gets you the headset.
Right.
4K micro OLED per eye. It's lighter than a smartphone. Up to
it's expensive, right, D? That's what you're saying, right?
It's a lot.
It is.
It is a lot. And I think they realize that. They're like, oh my God, like maybe people aren't going to want to spend $1,000 to work in VR. Especially people who don't work already. I work in VR. So I'm super excited. I bought a Founders Edition one because I was like, I'm in. I love this. I love the concept of this. I just can't wait for them to deliver. But now, announced, I think this morning, I think is when their official announcement was.
Yeah, it was this morning.
You have this new price, $399, with the Visor membership. So it now drops the price tag way down. There is a monthly subscription that you need to pay for in order to get it for $399, because obviously they're not going to give away headsets for free. They're not Meta. And the memberships include a bunch of the pro features from the Immersed app itself. You get lifetime warranty, customizable 3D worlds, discounts on all the accessories, an extra 3-hour standby battery, priority support, their trade-in program. So when the Visor 2 comes out in a couple years or whenever their timeline is, I don't know what the roadmap is for that. You can trade in your Visor 1 for a Visor 2, that kind of stuff. And it's you're kind of locked into this pricing platform, which may not appeal to some people. But I think to get the headset for $399 with 4K OLED per eye, it's going to blow your mind.
Yeah.
This is an unlocked
micro OLED
too.
Yeah.
So you can do all kinds of things with this headset, not just this. And I think it's going to take some creators and some, really inquisitive minds to get a hold of these and show people what else you can do with these headsets. That's going to, I think, set them on fire. But then for $50 a month for a year, that's their contract. Then you get all these extra benefits, and then at the end of that year, you can cancel your subscription if you want to. Still use the Immersed headset. It's fully unlocked. You can use the Visor app at all times. None of that changes. You still get your 5 screens. None of that changes. And you're done. You can even sign up for a 2-year program, and it drops the price for $39.99. I think is what Reggie told me.
Yep.
If you want to do 2 years, so. I don't know.
Yeah, and then you're done after that too. You can
smart.
cancel. You can cancel after a year or after 2 years,
Yeah.
depending on which subscription. So if you don't want to continue, you don't have to.
It's no different than buying an iPad on a payment plan. It's exactly the same idea.
Yeah,
exactly. The same
I think it's a smart idea because at $399, it definitely gets you at a point where you can afford this thing to do what you want with it. And then if you decide to go get into the, you want to open everything else up and get everything out of the software, which guys, Todd, if you're looking to work in VR, listen to Todd. Okay, he does this. This is what he does for a living. This is not bullshit here. He works all the time in a VR headset. That's what he's looking for. He's looking for ways to work in a VR headset. And he has told me on several occasions that the Immersed platform is the best software platform to work in that he's found. And him wanting to do all. Yeah.
Countless hours in each one too. Not like I've just put them on my face and tried it for an afternoon. I've spent weeks in all of them. And Immersed is by leaps and bounds better than all of them.
Yeah. And again, the absolute headset itself has me excited because of if you look at the details and in the specs of this headset, it's got me super excited just for the hardware. But to me, again, it's the whole idea of the hardware feeding the software that makes sense to me, and why then people are out there going, this isn't going to work or whatever. That's where I think you're wrong, because of the hardware feeding the software is what I think is compelling about this. They know their software is great. Todd is telling you it's the best out there. They just need a platform to be able to show it off on, and this headset is that platform. They've partnered, or they've become a strategic partner with Qualcomm. If this was a Mirage, you think Qualcomm would be involved? Do you think Intel would be
Yeah, right.
involved?
Like, give me a break.
Okay,
Like, they're
that's not
making
happening.
products specifically for this headset.
Exactly.
It's
These are
not-
big companies. Like, if you didn't hear of this, then maybe you would have like a little bit of doubt. But I mean, these partnerships that they're announcing, or these strategic partnerships, are basically them letting you guys know this isn't some Kickstarter that nobody's ever heard of that has no legs to it. This is
What's the
completely
headset
different.
you're waiting for the last 3.5 years?
Again, yeah, the Lynx XR1 I kickstarted 3 years ago. I have yet to see my Lynx XR1. This is not that. I just don't think so. Like, if
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I just this is a headset that I do believe we're going to see soon. They're just they're just trying to make it affordable for everybody, and I think it makes sense. So I think the idea of how they want to change this, I think, is good. Now, guys, I'm not saying you take my opinion right now for it. Wait till we review it, and we'll let you know. Like, we'll tune in here. Like, Todd is one of the best people to let you know if this thing's going to work or not. He's got one coming. You know, hopefully we'll get a review unit we can check out, and we can really give, you know, our early impressions on it as early as we possibly can. But Todd is like one of the best people to be able to talk about this headset. So, you know, I'm not saying you guys should go out and buy tomorrow. I'm saying that this is something you should keep an open mind about, and that we'll fill you in and let you know as soon as we can. And you know,
I think the doors, like, once this thing hits market and people see it and put it on their face, I think it's going to open up competition, which I think is great. Other people are going to be like, holy crap, why didn't I think, like, why are we all going for that MetaQuest looking headset, the giant thing that sits on your face, when we can make these small things that have maybe specific tasks, but the ability to do non-specific tasks, and, you know, Steam VR and installing your own APKs or whatever. It's an Android platform. Like, they're not hiding anything with this headset, which is, I love it, because I can do whatever the hell I want with it. Very exciting.
Good question here. Michelle B says, does it only work with Immersed? And that's not the case either. It will work with other things.
Yeah, like, out of the box, yes, it'll work. It'll be preloaded with Immersed. It doesn't really have a store, so you can't buy other apps, but it's not locked. So there are ways with side quests and things, like, I don't know. I don't have one, so I haven't tried the process, so I don't know how it works. But Renji's been telling me, we had a great chat the other day, by the way. We talked on Twitter through DMs for like an hour and a half the other night, just about shit and about my problems with another headset that everybody knows that I'm having problems with, and what's coming with Visor and stuff. So it's been exciting, and this whole week I've just been so excited about this news to be able to tell everybody that now it's accessible to more people. It's affordable, I think.
Yeah, definitely. $3.99 makes it. I mean, again, you have to have the subscription, but you're gonna want the subscription anyway, I think, because it's gonna give you the most out of the software that you can get.
It doesn't. The subscription doesn't really affect. Well, I guess it does, because you get more. But if you just bought the headset, you get the subscription anyway. It's not like you're missing out on something if you went either way. And once you're done the contract, the app itself, Immersed, it's like $5 a month. That doesn't change.
Right.
That, or free. If you want to use it for free, you can use it for free. You just get less things. And the more you use it, it unlocks. So if I use it for 3 or 5 days in a row, I can't remember, it unlocks all the paid parts. So as long as you're continually using it, you get all this stuff anyway. It's a genius idea. And what they're doing with their website even is they're separating. People were concerned about that in Discord and stuff. Why is the Visor and Immersed now separate websites and stuff? And I think Renji answered those well in his last press release, that we're not going away from Pico and Quest and, you know, whatever other heads. I don't know what all the headsets are on. That the support's not going away, the app's not going away, functionality is not going away. Visor is a completely, totally different thing that also does Immersed. So yeah, nothing's going away. It's super cool.
Yeah, just I would just say, you know, I would just say stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned. We're excited about this one just because, again, I'm always excited about new hardware. You know, Renji's been very open with us and kind of like very forthcoming with a lot of the info. So maybe we'll have him on again sometime soon just to talk about any updates. We'll be headed to South by Southwest. Myself and Skiva will be headed to South by Southwest in Austin. I believe Immersed is based in Austin, so I'll see if we can go and maybe visit with Renji and
If you
talk to
get
him a
this
little
on
bit
your
there.
face before me, I'm gonna be pissed.
You know who else wants to put it on? Never mind.
My mom.
We haven't done a My Mom in a while.
Yeah, she
in a while. Oh, D, yeah, she does. Come on, give us a real one in real time, D.
Okay, well, make another joke.
I
and
gotta.
will.
It's
It's
we
too
gotta
late
make
now.
another
The
joke.
multiple window
Oh.
has closed.
You know who loves making jokes?
My mom.
Okay, that was really bad.
No, that does not. That no.
That was terrible.
Bad.
We're in the
Bad.
Quest Creator Program now. I have to be careful. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. No, we don't. It's too funny. Guys, this has been a cool show tonight. I don't know, D. I don't know what to say about Jdun and JoyReign. What did you think of?
They're awesome, dude. They're
Yeah.
such good people. I love them.
Did you change your name to Cheeto Wendy?
Somebody
She
said
did.
you said you wanted it cheap, Wendy.
Cheeto Wendy. Now Jay Brat says
I like
now he
Cheeto.
wants Cheetos.
Now he wants Cheetos. Yeah, exactly.
And
I do
Wendy.
too,
dude.
actually.
You know who wants
smush 'em
Wendy?
Together.
My
Dude,
mom.
no. I know. I'm not giving
Yeah,
that
she
the authentic. You can get the record. The
I'll
live.
hit the damn button.
I mean, yeah, because that joke does not deserve the live.
No, I know.
Man.
But they were good, man. They were great. I loved having them on. Literally, I could have talked to them all night. I know they had to
Yeah.
leave, so
And
but
I
they-
haven't been in Horizon World in God knows how long. So
we just need to do a group thing and go in there. All of us together would be fun. Mateo, even off air in our chat, he's like, guys, set it up to where we can go in and do, a tour of they would be probably some of the, I don't think I would want to do it without them.
Yeah,
Certain things like
Betty would be great as well.
no, I would want, that's another one. I would want
Right,
Betty to be in there.
Jdun and JoyReign, another great. I don't know if I could go in there by myself and actually enjoy it. I did the connect thing because I knew where I was going. I was going to one specific world.
Yep.
But otherwise, you just get lost. Right? It's like VR chat. I need to go in there with Brad one day and do a tour
Exactly.
again because it's
There's
been
some
so long since I've been.
There's some things that certain people you go in. Like if you're gonna go into like Neos, if you're gonna go into Resonite now, you're gonna want to go in with
Yeah,
Skiva
like I've been
or
in
Tribe.
Resonate with them so many times and Neo so many times. Now I feel comfortable going in there I'm in there a lot. I love it.
Yep.
But
I need
yeah, I
Betty
need
to
that.
be my +1 when this happens. So Betty,
Ooh,
if
nice.
you're
For
listening
sure.
to this, I
For
need
sure,
you to
Betty.
be there.
I like it.
+1.
Cool. This is going to be super fun. I think this will be great, and I think it would be a lot of fun. Last time we had a huge group of people going to Neos together. It was
Oh my god, it was so,
so
much fun.
Like I spent hours.
We
in
actually
there.
went into Horizon World's world inside.
We
Neos.
did. Yeah, it was a Horizon Worlds world inside of Neos. It just made fun of Horizon Worlds because it was.
And we all lost our legs as soon as we went in.
Yeah, it was so bad. But yeah, I think this is a good time to get back in there, and I'd love to be able to get back in there, and then I can tell you guys about my experiences in there and what I think of it now. And I hope nothing but the best for that platform, and there's some really cool people doing great things in there. So if it's good, I'll support it. If it's not, I'll kill it. That's the way I am. That's the way I do. That's the way I roll. Just like PlayStation. I love you, PlayStation. I love you.
I love you, but what
I'm gonna
the
kill you if you don't get your shit fixed.
If you don't
Like,
get your
fix
shit together, yeah, exactly.
It was funny. Mateo was
like, gonna save.
yeah,
PlayStation.
it very well. I mean, a game like that could, I mean, literally a game like that has a hook, that has a player base that you'll be able to play across every platform, could help do it. A new
Right, like I think they had
Astrobot game.
120,000 players in the month of December.
Yeah, the numbers
Tack
are
on all the
crazy.
PlayStation players as well. That could. It's a smart move to go cross-platform.
Yeah, it's insane. It really is. The numbers are insane for that platform. And guys, how great of a week do we? This has been like the last 3 weeks. And we don't always have guests. We're not a big guest show. But sadly, it's Bradley last week. Jdun and JoyReign this week with Mateo. Next week, Scott. That's pretty.
Scott
damn
says
good.
in chat, he's like, Eric, how are we doing the podcast on the 8th if you're at the studio? You going to the
Oh
studio?
shit! I forgot all about that. Can we do it at the studio, Todd or Scott? I forgot all
I don't
about
care
that.
if
That
you're at
would
the
be
studio, you can
awesome.
do it.
I'll
I
mess
didn't
with
know you
Scott. I think he has a broadcast room at the. He has like an area where I think like a
got a
media
green screen room.
I
Do
think
something in there.
could we do it? Could we do the episode together from? That would be how sick would that be? That would be an epic
Have
show.
the whole crew come on.
Oh, dude, I forgot all about that. He said, yeah, for sure. Guys, tune in next week. I think I'll be at the Combat
Waffle.
Waffles new building. That's your new building, right? No, it's not done, but we can do. Okay, so yeah, so they're moving into their new building, and we had talked about me coming down there for that. They have a lot of people coming in from the team that work remotely. They were kind of coming in for this as like kind of like a celebration. And Scott had invited me to come down, or I kind of invited myself, but yes, that's the way these things work. Yeah, man. Next week, it's not is it next week? The week after. It's February 8th, so not next week, but the week after. Yeah, so 2 weeks, not next week, but the week after. So yeah, I kept saying next week. It's not next week. It's the week after next, February 8th.
The 8th.
Never ask. Jay Russ has never asked Eric what day it is. I know.
Yeah, no.
Flying by the seat of my pants, man. I don't know what's going on here. You ask my wife what I'm doing tomorrow. I know this way. I know what I'm doing tomorrow. I am going to play some more Ghost of Tabor with some amazing creators out there, and have a lot of fun. And maybe we get D in there. Todd will be back in the Palworld, probably doing some Palworld stuff.
I'm gonna be hopping in there after this because it's still early.
There you go. It is still early.
I'm gonna go do that Martin Luther King thing that Joy. I dropped it in. I've never even heard of that experience. I'm gonna go try that. Definitely
do that. That would be awesome. That'll be cool. Scott says there'll be around 10 of us here, so it'll be fun. Holy shit, man! That's gonna be a kick-ass. This will be a kick-ass show, man. We'll have to like really push that one and like let everybody know what we're gonna be doing. That'll be something special, for sure. And I'm super honored just to be able to go down there and hang out with all those guys and meet everybody on the team. Maybe it's even some people I haven't met yet. I don't know who's coming in exactly, but to think about what that team has been through for the last year and a half, and celebrating a new studio and bringing a lot of their people finally into the area, it's gonna be great. Can't wait to do it. And yeah, awesome. All right, guys, I think that's gonna do it for our show.
Hold on. Time out.
Oh, we got stuff to give away.
I didn't do all this work after months of not doing a freaking wheel.
Okay, fine.
And not do the wheel.
You know what? Scott's here. Let me ask him. Hey, Scott, do you think, is it possible? Do you think we could give a key away for Ghost of Tabor tonight to this some lucky person in the audience tonight? And I get to tell you what, let's give a shirt away.
Let's do that.
Let's give a Q2C VR gamer shirt away. Let's spin the wheel. We'll give somebody in the somebody here tonight right now. Holy shit! He said just
5. Damn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
5. Hell yeah, man! That's awesome.
Crap, you cut me off guard.
Sweet. We'll give 5 away. It'll be. I think we can probably do your choice, Steam or Quest, of this amazing game, man. And this is the time to get in there and do it right now. There's so much stuff coming up, man. I think hopefully by the time that we do that show with Scott, we'll be able to talk about some of the amazing things they got coming, because there's some guys you think everything's great now. Wait till you see what's coming. Brandon VR says 5 t-shirts. No, not 5 t-shirts. Let's do, you know what? Scott's doing 5 keys. We'll do 2 shirts. We'll blow it out. We'll do 2 shirts we'll give away tonight. We'll do 5 keys.
You know who else likes to blow it out?
Baba Booey.
Damn it.
Yeah, she was gonna do it live.
I can't work under these conditions, dude. Shit.
Too
Oh
funny.
my god.
Too funny. More VR says we all got Ghost of Tabor already. Hey, you know what? Then you can take that love of Ghost of Tabor, you can pass it on to somebody else. Be like Mickey Burr. Be like Mickey Burr and pass on the amazingness that is all these games. I don't know how many keys that he dropped in chat tonight, big old Mickey Burr. That man is awesome. His heart is as big as he is, because he is a big dude, and his heart's even bigger. So thanks, Mickey, for giving those keys away, and thank you for Scott for letting us do those keys. That's freaking awesome, man.
There's some people coming out of the woodwork once you mention giveaway. So hold on.
Yeah, let me do that. Let me say that too, guys, real quick. You have to comment. So if you're here lurking and you haven't commented yet, you have to comment to get your name on the wheel. If you haven't said anything all night long, make sure you get in there and say something right now. Even just say hi, say thanks, Scott, say thanks, Mickey, say Cheeto Wendy, whatever now their name was, Chippy, or I can't keep up. Whatever name you want to do, put it in there and say hi, and we'll get you in for the keys. Whoever's coming in from Facebook, say hi, but say your name, because I don't know.
I'll be able to grab it here in a second.
Twitch gives your name, Pollinator. I see over on Twitch. Yeah. What's going on, man? Thanks for being over on Twitch. But Facebook doesn't play well with Restream. It doesn't give us your name. So what do you think we should do? Let's do 2 keys, then we do a shirt. We'll do 2 more keys, a shirt, and then the last key. We got some cool shirts, man. I think the new logo is just kick ass. It looks so good on a black shirt. The new Q2C colors and the new logo look really sharp. So Yeah, just let me know where you got. If you win the shirt, just hit me up on Messenger or private message, and just let me know size, color, and we'll get you set up and your address
and all that jazz. Yeah.
Yep, we'll get you set up with your shirts. All right, you guys ready with the wheel?
I think, yeah. Let's
This is
give it a
weird. We haven't done a
countdown.
wheel in so long.
I know.
How long
I
has it been
forgot.
since we've done a wheel?
Like, I haven't even brought up that program. I'm doing this all freaking manually, man, because I'm like.
Kathan Gable says Discord. Absolutely, you can hit me up on Discord. It's I don't know what the hell my name is on Discord. I think it's
I don't know. Go to our Discord server and you'll see.
Just go to my Discord server and you can see me there. And go to the Q2C Discord. You'll see my name there. I'm on the top. Yeah, Q2C VR Gamer. You can give me it's Eric Masher. You can get me email me at mash.
All right, I think if we're gonna go, this is now the time because it's stopped.
All right, if you're ready, I'm ready.
Oh my god, it's like huge. All right, this is for a copy of Ghost of Tabor team or
is it spinning? Oh, Spy
yeah,
Guy won
it's been super fast.
Yeah. Nice. All right. So, we got a Spry Guy winner. If you want to write that down somewhere,
I'm busy. You're gonna have to write these down.
I'll get it. So we have a VR Spry Guy winner. All right.
I'm just gonna increase the spinning a little bit here. It was way too fast.
That was fast. You know who hates it when it's too fast?
My mom.
Yeah, she does.
There you go. Hey, that was worth this whole time.
It was good. You can't force it.
Oh, I know. You know who hates it when you force it?
Oh, Jesus.
Baba Booey.
He definitely does. Oh, man. I love giving stuff away. Why do we stop doing this?
Because it's a pain in the ass.
That's right. I remember. Wait till you guys see Virtual Strangers this Sunday, man.
Oh, God.
With West, me, and Roots. We have... there's probably 100 keys to give away for some amazing games. It's probably over 100 keys.
Andy!
Nice. So I know that Andy has a key already, but I'm going to give him the opportunity to give it away to his community, so we'll keep him on there.
Yeah, good idea.
All right, let's give a shirt
I
away.
put everybody on there because of the shirt.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we're doing a shirt.
This is for a shirt. QC shirt. I like it. I mentioned that we're like 7 subscribers away from 7,000.
I know, right?
Weren't we just 5? How did we?
It could be 5. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Maybe we are. Maybe we're going. Who knows? We're 4 away now.
It's for a T-shirt.
We're 4 away. We need 4. Come on, man. Come on, guys.
So
4 before the show. The end of. Come on.
360.
D1360 VR.
Yep.
Got it. Get the shirt. Make sure you hit me up. All right, so this is for another key.
Another key, yep.
Another key for Ghost of Tabor. And if you get in there, if you get the key and you want to go in and play, let me know, and I'll bring you in.
It might take a year.
I want to go in right now. Oh, typical Kiwi. Nice. Congratulations. Typical Kiwi.
Typical Kiwi.
Or Ghost of Tabor. Oh, that would be cool. Ghost of Tabor. Yeah, Ghost of Tabor key.
Goats of Tabor.
Oh, there's a great game. Goats of Tabor. That's your next game, Scott. It's got to be it.
All right, another key. How many we got? 3?
We have given away 3 keys. Let's do another key, and then we'll do a shirt.
Escape portal.
Nice. Escape portal. Congratulations, Escape Portal. Just hit us up. We'll get you all set. And like I said, if you want to get in, let us know. We'll bring you in there. All right. Shirt. Another shirt.
Another shirt.
I love giving shirts away.
Kathleen Gable in chat says, "Is that the Boba Fett Secret Labs chair?"
Nice.
We all got some.
It's not Kathleen. It's Catherine. I don't know if that's.
Oh, Catherine. Sorry.
Catherine.
Yes, it is the Boba Fett chair.
How did they catch that? That's super. I mean, that's good.
I know, right? Like I'm covering up most of the stuff.
Yeah, nice catch.
EDX.
EDXVR, get the shirt.
Shirty shirt.
T-shirt. All right, one more key.
Shirty shirt. Yeah, we got one last key.
Oh, I leaned over when I coughed. Yep. Good eye.
Nice. Nice. Ender's VR Arcade. Nice. Congratulations. Oh man, that's awesome. Congratulations everybody who won. If you don't have Ghost of War, you are going to absolutely freak out. It's a great game. If you need some help, let me know. I'll be happy to jump in and get you accustomed to the game. Because it's a challenging game. It's not easy. But once you get it, it'll you get it. It'll click with you real quick. And what's different now, Todd, even and D, the tutorial is completely different now. It's so much better, you know what I mean? Tutorial guy is still there. We still got proper.
Only they didn't get rid of proper.
No, we still get rid of proper. We still got proper. The way it's done, the interface with it, the way they walk you through it step by step, it's so cool now. It's actually done inside of a huge hangar, more like you didn't see in a Call of Duty game or something now, where they make you go through a little obstacle course and you shoot targets, and it just makes you do each step of the game, so you kind of get a feel for it before you go out and do a raid. So you're not walking
before you completely forget about it in the heat of the moment.
Yes,
that's gonna be D.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah,
and you're like, oh my god, how do I reload this thing?
Yeah.
Or you pick up a gun and you haven't cocked it yet, but you forgot, and then you get into a firefight and nothing's working, and you're like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, I mean,
Eric still does not has not stopped giving me shit for that one time in Tarkov.
Oh, did the same thing?
Yeah,
I
took a gun off a body.
Picking up another man's gun.
You got to make sure it's ready.
That's what happened. Dee picked up a gun off of a dead guy, and she didn't check the mag, and it only had one round in it. So she shot one round, click, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Uh-oh."
Or I don't think it even shot at all. Just whatever. It was a bad situation, and Dee cannot live it down in Massachusetts.
No. Well, that was a lot of fun,
man. As me on Tarkov.
Yeah, team wipe everybody
repeatedly.
And Bruce has not been
mad.
back.
He's still mad. Yeah, he hasn't talked to me in months because he's still mad. No, I'm just kidding.
How dare you team wipe everybody? Radio run everybody. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thank you, Scott, for doing that, man. That's awesome. And of course, thank you for your super chat as always. All right, guys, that is going to do it for our show tonight. We really appreciate it. Virtual Strangers Sunday Virtual Strangers Game of the Year show. We may see a Ghost of the War sighting in that. We'll have to see. We have all the winners of all the different categories. It's going to be a long show. I'm getting myself ready now. My wife
sleep for the next 2 days.
My wife is going to absolutely kill me, but we're going to be ready to go. We're going to be ready to go. It's going to be a long one. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to have a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of great conversations, and when me and Weston Roots get together, we always have the best conversations. I love doing the podcast with those guys. It's one of the things I look forward to the most, and I can't wait. But all right, that's it for us. What do you got? What do you got, D?
You know who else likes a long one?
My mom.
Yeah, she does. Good night, everybody.
We'll end on that note. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next Thursday. Easy for D and Todd.
Have a good night, guys.
Peace.